Roll the dice like no one cares. Smoke in the air, get excited, baby. Welcome to the new age, standing on the new stage. Get drunk before sunrise in the moonlight. Just don't wake me up, we do what we like. Let's funk after midnight, sparking twilight. We just turn it up, wait for new sunrise. Get me some disco music through the night. Lose control, dancing in the golden light. Gone crazy, we are running out of time. Fancy dream flying above the city light. She moves like she's in paradise, can't leave the comfort zone, and I am in the limbo, that's alright. Higher than the vulture fly. She moves like she's in paradise, can't leave the comfort zone, and I am in the limbo, that's alright. Higher than the vulture fly. Just fill me with that alcohol, the time is getting slow. No words convince me, beat that soul, don't ask me what is real. Just fill me with that alcohol, the time is getting slow. No words convince me, beat the soul, don't ask me what is real. Get drunk, live for sunrise in the moonlight. Just don't wake me up, we do what we like. Let's funk after midnight, sparking twilight. We just turn it up, wait for new sunrise. Get me some disco music through the night. Here we are dancing in the golden light. Gone crazy, we are running out of time. Fancy dream flying above the city light. Get ready for the game I play. Roll the dice like no one cares. Smoke in the air, get excited, baby. Welcome to the new age, standing on the new stage. Get drunk before sunrise in the moonlight. Just don't wake me up, we do what we like. Let's funk after midnight, sparking twilight. We just turn it up, wait for new sunrise. Get me some disco music through the night. Lose control, dancing in the golden light. Gone crazy, we are running out of time. Fancy dream flying above the city light. She moves like she's in paradise, can't leave the comfort zone, and I am in the limbo, that's alright. Higher than the vulture fly. She moves like she's in paradise, can't leave the comfort zone, and I am in the limbo, that's alright. Higher than the vulture fly. Just fill me with that alcohol, the time is getting slow. No words convince me, beat that soul, don't ask me what is real. Just fill me with that alcohol, the time is getting slow. No words convince me, beat the soul, don't ask me what is real. Get drunk, live for sunrise in the moonlight. Just don't wake me up, we do what we like. Let's funk after midnight, sparking twilight. We just turn it up, wait for new sunrise. Get me some disco music through the night. Here we
Hello everyone, my name is Archer and this is more Reverse 1999. How are you all doing today? I think we're having some issues on my stream bot because I am not getting the messages from Twitch on the chat, only for YouTube. Now I don't know what happened for that to not be working properly. But the stream already started and I don't know how to fix. Let me just try to close the stream bot and turn it on again and see if that is enough fixing. How are you doing, Kokomo? How are you doing, Sandy? Thanks for joining me. Superior platform. I guess. Okay, Streambot is back. Let me say hi through Twitch. Yep, it's not capturing my messages through Twitch. So yeah, so we're only gonna be able to see YouTube people on Twitch right now because on the chat because Twitch is just not capturing my messages. I gotta understand what happened. But without further ado, I just need to open my cell phone to show me the Twitch messages. Just give me a second. Awesome. Okay. So, without further ado, we're going to continue with the AC collaboration. I wasn't able to do this yesterday because this one page here was kind of bugged and I couldn't see the missions. But now, as you can clearly see, they are available to us very clearly. So let's just continue. I will link up the prior stream on this one on the description because we pulled for Ezio last one. It looks like an apple shining in red and a magical key to what's ahead when the sun sets low and this roof starts to show.
I beg your pardon. What's that song those children are singing about?
Buongiorno, signorina. You look a little out of place here. Might I guess you are a traveler like me?
Of a sort. Yes, mister.
Most excellent. I always enjoy an opportunity to guide a newcomer.
The strangely out of place merchant clears his throat and begins again.
The famed poet once claimed that Firenze was the most beautiful and renowned daughter of Rome. I suppose it is for that reason that many travelers come here, seeking the source of that claim, searching for the lost treasures of a fallen empire.
Oh my god, okay. Now chat died on both ends, I guess. Because now I'm not capturing either message from YouTube and Twitch. That's great. Uh, shit. What's going on? Like, it never had a problem in my chat before. So, the fact that this is happening right now is kind of frustrating. Chatbot died. Let's just take it as what happened and continue. Hello, Archer. Since system dives from the top of a tower and lands in a pile of flowers, then leaps out to assassinate the Templar stalking the apple. My duty is done. Also, hello. Now I must go. Dives into an open drain. That is a feat for sure. Hello. Thank you so much for coming, Sys Systems. Chatbot died again. Indeed. Not just Sedge. A little annoying. I hope that it can be fixed with like a restart of my computer or something because like I have my chatbot for a reason. Actually, if the chatbot's not running, there is a lot that I don't need on my setup here. Let me change my setup on the fly because this is a stream where we know how to adapt ourselves. And then we just get here. We go, where is here? Oh, look at me floating. And then we go here, disappear with this. We can just make my floating apple list bigger. Okay, I'm going somewhere. There's awesome. See, see. We might not have a chatbot, but now we have more image. May chat rest in peace. I will remember it. Yeah, just letting people know a couple of changes that happens whenever chat is not available. I'm not gonna be interacting with chat as often because what happens is I read my chat through my to my stream, like through my screen, the screen of my stream. I don't actually read chat from actual chat. So in order for me to actually talk to chat right now, if I am, yeah, I'm gonna need to minimize my game. So that's gonna be like a back and forth. I'm not gonna be able to react as quick as I usually do. I hope people understand. And may chat rest in peace. I will remember it. I will. Hopefully tomorrow is gonna be fixed. Let's continue.
But I hear a rumor now that people are pursuing a new target in our dear Firenze.
I'm gonna just disappear with this. Well, for now. Yeah, it is what it is.
Could you mean this golden apple? It seems like everyone is talking about it.
Just so. It seems you know a little bit more about this rumor than you've let on. There are those that say the apple can reveal a miracle when raised before certain frescoes in the city. Since then, a dark cloud has gathered over us. For now, there are many here that seek the Complaner's treasures.
The Complaners. That's quite the unusual name.
Indeed.
Were they singers of some sort?
Complainers.
They say they were a heretical cult, one that gathered in the city to sing heretical liturgies at dusk, hence the name.
Oh.
And apparently, they stashed away their relics in a secret chamber, somewhere in the Duomo di Firenze.
The book merchant points at the towering dome at the cathedral. The Cathedral of Saint Mary of the Flower, but the locals call it the Duomo di Firenze, or simply Il Duomo? She stands in the center of the Florence like a queen presiding over her kingdom.
Apparently, they would go there to perform unspeakable acts of evil, defiling the purpose of that beautiful dome.
The book merchant looks around and makes a gesture of horror.
But the rumors say the relics they've hidden there are worth an incalculable fortune.
Hmm?
All you need to know is it's worth a lot. Enough, they say, that the one who finds it would be wealthy enough to buy the whole Firenze.
My god.
Are you serious? You're suggesting there is enough money hidden there to buy a city? That's absurd.
The book merchant strokes his beard and laughs.
How do you think the Medici took control in the first place? Money! It can buy art, soldiers, even the papacy. Compared to that, what's so odd about buying a city?
My guy is real.
I see. A secret chamber with treasures. I do believe I've heard this tall tale before.
Oh, have you now? Well, have you ever heard of a story where the secret entrance to this chamber can only be found through messages hidden in frescoes?
That is a new embellishment on the story. I suppose then that must be why this golden apple and its miracles have everyone's attention.
Brava, signorina. So, you must be one of those treasure hunters, I guess?
In a way, yes.
I knew it. But I'm afraid you have your work cut out for you. The dome is larger than you might think. This isn't something you can find searching palmo a palmo. The only way to find the chamber is to solve the mystery of the frescoes.
Then it looks like I will need some help.
The book merchant lights up as she speaks. The next second, he thrusts a delicate manuscript into her hand.
See, and this is certain to be the help you need. It includes copies of all the frescoes that reacted to the golden apple. It has a silk cover, tempera painting, and gilded edges. Buy it now, and I'll throw in a free collection of Dante's poetry.
Ooh.
Trust me, traveler, with this, you will find the treasures you seek.
Hold on. If you've already collected all this information, why aren't you looking for the treasure? Wealth enough to buy an entire city. I have to wonder why you would pass up that opportunity.
Maybe because you do need said apple?
I'm no treasure hunter, signorina, nor do I think the life of a prince would suit me. I'm content making a living selling the keys to this fortune to others.
The book merchant raises the manuscript and puts the other hand on his chest, looking regretful.
The price is usually 10 florins, but as you are my 8th customer today, you know, in Firenze, the number 8 is said to bring good luck and eternal hope. That is why the Battistero di San Giovanni and the Duomo di Firenze have octagonal domes. So, for you, 8 florins. No, make that 5. The most detailed and useful manuscript around for just 5 florins. You don't want to miss out.
Sorry, but I don't have any money with me.
The merchant goes silent, the air between them painfully tense. Last, he slapped the manuscript down on his stall.
How could you make it all the way to Firenze without a florin on you? Ridiculous! I've no more time to spend on you, signorina. Best you get back to your hunt.
Hold on. I heard that this golden apple could talk, and even fly in the air. It might have something to do with my missing friend. It sounds like I need this manuscript in order to find him. So, is there anything I can do for you? I can handle any issues related to magic. We could do an exchange. My magical services for your manuscript.
Stops herself, waiting for some signal from the man. The merchant offers no trace of sympathy.
not interested. Oh, go away.
Damn. Okay, sir. No magic for you.
That's just about everything I
Love
know.
the art is so gorgeous. The book merchant is catchy AF with that line. Indeed, indeed. But yeah, the art is amazing. Agreed.
I see.
The man's words are too much information for the little fruit's nerves to handle at one time.
We've gone to great effort to acquire you, Apple. Before us, you've been traded to the Palazzo, then San Marco, and even the Thieves Guild.
Damn, Apple's been going places.
And me?
The armored man kicks Leonardo roughly, sending him sprawling from the ground into a nearby wall.
Less talking, more slicing. From now on, you do as I say. Understand?
A small trickle of blood seeps from a fresh cut on Leonardo's head, but there's nothing he can do but to compose himself with a bitter smile.
Si. Capito.
And what about me? Do you ruffians intend to beat this apple into compliance?
We don't have to. You're as good as dead out there. Here, we might just keep you alive if you have some use.
I mean, you have powers, Apple. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like, you still have your arcane abilities, and you can still fly away.
Not that it matters. You don't have a choice.
If I'm not mistaken, you can even turn invisible. The soldier falls to the ground before he finishes the word, the veins on his face turning green.
What? It's poison. Assassins!
They must be on that roof.
An eagle glides low just above the cathedral before letting out a loud screech.
Is that an eagle? It's rare to see one in the city, isn't it?
Leonardo grabs the apple and runs towards the eagle's shadow.
He's here. Our rescuer is here. Ezio!
A man in a gray hood jumps down on two soldiers precisely. Two blades spring from his leaves, penetrating their chests before they can even react.
Ezio Audito. Assassin.
Their hearts stop before they even fallen. A crimson splash covers the ground near them. The assassin withdraws his blades in a fluid, almost casual movement, as if they had done nothing at all. He lowers his head reverently as the man drops beside him.
Che la morte non sia crudele. Requiescat in pace.
Italian, I see. People said that death is Italian. And Ezio is here to prove that indeed it is.
Which of these darlings shall we attend to first?
Wait for the right moment. Into the darkness. Wait for the right moment.
Please, allow me.
Of course I'm gonna kill them with Ezio.
May the Father of understanding guide us.
That weren't even as tough as waking up an old factory man.
They get killed with Ezio, guys. More and more soldiers rushing through the gate of the monastery. Round them up. Damn.
It seems I underestimated their strength. We need to get out of here straight away.
Leonardo points at Apple, who is still trying to figure out what's happening.
We should split up, Ezio. Here, take him with you. You know where to find me.
Nessun problema, amico.
Get him! Get them all!
Leonardo!
Don't worry. He is an honored guest of the Duke of Milan. They might chase him, but they dare not harm him in public. But we are not so lucky. Now let's go.
Well, it seems like this apple doesn't have much of a choice. You, at least, seem more polite than my previous captors.
Apple climbs onto the assassin's shoulder. Ezio enters a sprint before effortlessly scaling up to a nearby roof. So we are now a parrot for Ezio.
They've gone towards the palazzo. Capture them.
You're welcome to try. Hold tight.
Sure. Whoa.
The assassin navigates the Florentine roofs with as much ease as a fish through water. Soon enough, they've lost their trail.
Hey, did you see that? Up on the roof. I think I saw something gold.
Good.
Is it a golden apple? Get them.
Now every single person in the city is seeing the freaking golden apple and is trying to catch Ezio. One pursuer, two pursuers, three. More and more citizens joins the hunt. The streets of Florence have never been more chaotic.
I'm going to be rich! The rich! Get out of my way! Goodness me. I've never felt so popular. This must be what the captain feels like. Pardon me, but would you mind speeding up a little? I'm beginning to feel a little like a turkey on Christmas Eve.
Turkey? It doesn't matter. Speed won't help us now. They're everywhere. But there's still a way out.
Ezio casts his eyes up to the top of the tower of the palazzo.
We go.
20 minutes later.
I think we're safe now. This apple certainly appreciates your climbing skills. No one can reach us up here.
Alert but silent, Ezio scans their surroundings.
Don't be too confident of that. The Templars have learned to climb after so many years chasing us. They can show up on the roof at any time.
I see. Then this apple will keep alert and ready for danger.
Sun hangs low in the sky, slowly sinking into the embrace of the evening glow. Scarlet clouds and golden sunlight blends into one another on the horizon, spilling onto every tile and brick of this ancient city. Beneath Ezio's feet, countless rooftops form a red terracotta expanse, spreading out to the city's furthest edge. He looks down in silence, feeling like a bird gone astray.
Wow, this is truly an amazing view.
Firenze. It's been too long.
Not far away, the cathedral stands tall and solemn, her towering form blurred by the golden light of the setting sun, yet no less majestic. And with the sunset, her shadow extends until it has covered nearly half the city.
That must be the cathedral. Is it really where the relics are hidden?
See, I believe so. I've spent some time searching. I've even explored its catacombs. But I haven't any idea where it might be.
Ezio gazes out at the perfect arc of the dome.
Finding this secret chamber is what truly matters.
It is what truly matters. Do I already have the Apple skin available? Because I'm thinking about maybe using Ezio and Apple. Because again, Nala can kill everything by herself. Needs to be nerfed for the plot. Ezio, that bastard who evaded my pulls for 110 attempts. Damn, what? Good afternoon there, free shoots. Out where I am, 30 degrees. Look at me learning Celsius and the metric system. I got back from the store because my Venice flytrap needs water. It hasn't been raining. Oh, at least you're taking very good care of it. Congratulations. I'm pretty proud of you. I want to make sure that I have a way. Let's see if I can Where is apple skin? Okay, it's not here. But I would need this. I'm also gonna need this, so I'm purchasing it. Okay, we can already do more data collection. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need more time to get my apple skin. But let me do one of these contracts. Decaf sent me on the Discord a TLDR on like how to win this all the time. But I'm gonna try to use my sense of logic to win this. Um, I'm strong against narrow spaces, so I need a very open one. Yep. See, my logic is paying off. Let's see. Yay! Look at me. Not difficult at all. Oh, I forgot to get my daily stuff. Hope streamer is well. Yeah, streamer is well. Thank you so much, Cindy. Streamer is doing fine. Actually, I didn't stream earlier today. I was waiting for the update for them to fix the reverse things, and because I ended up oversleeping, that's the reality. Yesterday was a very fun event. I talked with Infrit at night, and we stayed on the Discord until like 10 or 11. I'm not sure. I think it was until like 9 or 10. And right after I left the call with Infrit, Steffi called. And then we stayed together until midnight. And right after I stopped talking to Steffi, a friend of mine called. So, needless to say, I ended up going to bed much, much later than I usually go. But I'm happy. It's got the weather is getting colder, so I'm just gonna exercise later today whenever it's a little more cold. I'm proud for learning Celsius. Me too. The American school system sucks ass. I have to teach myself how to do anything. On another note, I'm doing a Dark Archer Necromancer build on Skyrim. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, but I haven't played Skyrim in ages. Never finished the game, just played. Yeah, I have a lot of friends that even never did really the story. They just played with mods. We'll see if I get to level 30 before I get bored and make a new character again. That's me playing MMORPGs. Until I finally get my groove on. I was actually thinking on using my Fridays. I'm playing this on a Friday because I'm using my Fridays as kind of like a day where I can play anything. I'm thinking about starting to play some MMORPGs and playing them on Friday because, well, I think I said that before, but a lot of people might not know. But this Apple used to be a big MMORPG player, and that usually was the only type of game that I tended to play. Nowadays, I play just gacha games, and I haven't touched my MMORPGs in a good time. But yeah, MMORPGs were always my shit. I think I want to go back to it to some degree. I miss the grind. Hmm. Oh, not this. Here we're all good. Also, I will start playing Assassin's Creed, Sea of Thieves from next week on. I will purchase it so I can play with Infrit. I will probably only be playing it with Infrit, but yeah, and it's gonna be usually at night times because it tends to be the only time I feel like that Infrit can play their games. But still, should be fun. Like 2 to 4 hours of
Piano.
Sea of Thieves every now and again. It's very fun. Bum, bum, boom, boom. Oh, these garments are gorgeous. Sad that I'm not gonna purchase anything. It's too expensive for me. But I already got Ezio, so I don't need to worry. And I think I'm gonna just ditch Eternity. If I wanna get Nautica on the next season, then I really cannot afford anything else. But yeah, let's continue. Free falling. The poet said, "Lift your head and gaze upon the eternal dome." Okay, let me just check. I still want to use Apple even though I do not have its new
Are
skin.
you here to confirm this apple's expiration date?
So pretty. Oh, but it's not even inside it. Sedge. One day I will level up and inside every
I think
single one of
I've
my
noticed you looking to pay me a
characters.
visit out in the wilderness. Usually.
Yeah, this is one that I need because I'm killing stuff with Nala. Let me do its reasoning. Oh, come on. Okay, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. And for its side cube, this one is the one that makes more sense. Free falling. Um, what was your go-to MMO? Dude, I played so many. Like it's hard for me to even pinpoint something. I
Well,
played
I nearly fell
every
for the
MMORPG
pretense
under the
myself.
sun. I never
My
had a
name is
go-to.
Apple.
If I can say a
I owe you my
go-to is
thanks,
one called
so
Ragnarok. It's pretty popular here in Brazil. It's not really popular anywhere else nowadays. Uh, I feel like that would be my go-to if I had to pick one. But right now, I would be down to play anything. RuneScape. I know old school RuneScape is kind of popping off right now. I've been wanting to get into another MMO, but none of my friends can agree on a game. If you guys want to play something, I really would enjoy joining you guys. Again, like most MMOs, I'm down to play. I have a mod installed that lets you become a lich, but it only starts at level 30, so I hope my ADHD doesn't make me sidetracked with other shit. Nice. Oh, team, if everyone else is interested, I'm often not. Yeah, yeah, it's usually that way. Either you want something and nobody wants it, or everybody wants something and you don't want it. Like me and my friends we go through the same shit. Like we start hunting for an MMO and we can never agree on something. It's really magical whenever we can, but we usually agree on something new and big that's coming. Um, last time was Ragnarok again. Ragnarok relaunched in Brazil, and we started playing, but I had a falling out with some of friends, and I was starting to, focusing on streaming. Another one that we want to play is called Drakentos. Drakentos just had like it's like betas or closed beta tests. A lot of people had a lot of concerns about the game, but apparently the devs are listening and they are changing and they are improving the game. So that's one that I'm considering trying out as soon as it comes out. Sea of Thieves is fun. Yeah, I was watching Infred playing. Infred actually streamed for me yesterday a bit of Sea of Thieves. It looked very fun. I made a character in Sea of Thieves and then didn't play because I had no one to play with. Yeah, it's a game that you really need people. I used to play it with my brother account with one of my high school mates. Nice. I was considering old school RuneScape. I am also like Steffi's son um plays all the time. Like I always see them playing through like the Discord thingy. And like I think I read a couple of days ago that old school RuneScape just had its highest peak ever with around 250 million players logged in at one point. Like 250 million people logged in old school RuneScape. A million or thousand? I think it's thousand. I think I'm giving a crazy number here. I think it's thousand. Okay, guys. Million, I think, is a little too much. I think now I'm giving them um more praise than they should get. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I have the information here on their Instagram, and it's thousand, not million. I'm dumb. Old School RuneScape just broke its all-time player record with 240,756 online players on Sunday, 3rd August 2025. 20 plus years later since its launch. It must be very nice for you to break your own record in your 20-year-old game. No, it's thousand, but it still is it's a very nice number. I don't feel like most MMORPGs nowadays can catch that number without being something like a World of Warcraft whenever something big is releasing. So for old school RuneScape to be having the best numbers that he ever had just goes to show you that a lot of people, one, are disappointed with new MMORPGs, but most MMORPGs are kind of losing steam, where others are thriving because they are doing the basics right. So yeah, I am pretty up into maybe giving it a go to old school RuneScape. The fact that so many people are coming back to enjoy these older games prove that newer games usually aren't that good. And indeed, if they were, people would be playing it. If people are not playing them because they are sucking. Because like if you look at old school RuneScape with mechanics that are over 20 years old, I know that it got a lot of updates and is much better maintained now, and there's a lot of more features, but it still is basically a 20-year older game. For it to be more popular than newer games, it just goes to show that people are not, there's something that people are missing. Well, the games are made for the gamers. Newer games are made for the money. That's also a thing. That's also really a thing.
Ezio Auditore. But just Ezio is fine.
Of course.
Let's continue the story.
This apple is something of a visitor from far away.
Ezio nods.
Is that so? You know, you haven't gone unnoticed. I heard word of you from my allies many months ago. They've been tracking you for some time.
I was being followed. Blimey.
And I will say,
We might have never even
I
known
really
you were
enjoy
anything but an
Reverse's
ordinary
art
fruit, if you hadn't started
because
talking in your
it does
sleep.
a very good job with shadows. Because you see like Ezio's skin, that's like not only it really captures well texture, because you see that this part here and this part here is leather. You see this part here is cloth, but you can see how well, like you can see like his veins and muscles because of the work with shadow and light. I feel like he done a very subtle and cool job with it.
Leonardo has told you what's going on, see? Is there anything you don't understand?
Anything? Everything! These Templars, the Compliners, the frescoes, and you, for that matter!
Dwayne seems to carry his voice far further than he should.
I know your friend was only stalling for time, but he all but scared the life out of me when he came at me with that scalpel.
There are many things that need explaining. For now, you need only know that these men are Templars, ancient enemies of the Assassins. The war between us has lasted a long, long time. I fear it will never end.
I see. Isn't there a more peaceful way to solve this? Too often, violence only treats the symptoms while letting the disease grow.
Yeah, it's the same thing about criminals saying the fight between the criminals and the police grows from years and years and years, and we expect that it never ends. The plot twist, of course, it's not gonna like people actually pay taxes, so police can be maintained. So it's not like the fight ever gonna stop.
I wish there was, but no. Too many have died to the ambition of the Templars. Even my own.
Ezio pauses, hanging on the next word.
Still, there is wisdom in what you say. Violence has a habit of making things worse, but there is a chance now to end these. To destroy them once and for all, so that no one else must suffer.
Ezio puts his right hand on his chest and bows to Apple.
I'm sorry we dragged you into this, Signore Apple. But we must not let the Templars get the relics. So, we need to know where you stand.
You and
In the air.
Leonardo seem to be close.
The statement confuses Ezio, who eyes Apple looking for some glimmer of intent, until at last he nods.
Yes, we've known each other for a long time.
Great. Then you have my full trust.
Hmm? Even the music stopped. Apple clears his throat. Well, the Apple's throat.
I am certain that Leonardo is a good person. If the history books, I mean, my intuition is anything to go by. So, I believe that one of his close friends must also be trustworthy.
It's not because Leonardo it was someone popular, it means that they're someone good. Apple, please be a better judge of character.
Oh?
As far as we're concerned, Leonardo da Vinci could have been an asshole. We know he was just a drug addict that was very focused into science and art. Like, by all means, I don't think Leonardo was that much of a good person. He was just one, like, a normal scientist slash artist. He was just better than everyone else of his time. And probably still better than most people nowadays. The assassin smiles.
Good to see my charm hasn't dulled. Grazie for your trust.
Before we go, please allow this apple to make a request.
Anything, amico. I am at your service.
When I first came to Florence, I was supposed to be with some friends, but we were separated. Would you help me find them? And keep them safe, if need be. Given the circumstances, I worry this city may become quite dangerous for them.
Nessun problema.
Then I must repay your grazie, sir.
If we succeed here, then there is nothing I could do that will ever compare to what the world will owe you.
This apple is only too happy to help. I'm certain the captain would be jealous if she found out I was so sought after. But this apple enjoys a little attention too, sometimes.
Everyone has their moment in the sun. When the time comes, even the least of us can change the course of history.
He holds out his hand.
So then we are agreed. Uniamo le forze.
Niamo de forse. The evening glow witnesses an agreement between an apple and an assassin.
Naturalmente.
Leonardo will be waiting for us at his workshop.
Not the first time that an apple teamed up with an assassin. Probably won't be the last.
Ready for what? Our visit? Oh, by Jove. Perhaps I should prepare a gift first.
As he walks to the edge of the scaffolding with purpose, he crouches, looking down at the busy street beneath their perch. In that moment, he looks almost like an eagle searching for prey.
Now, are you ready to jump?
Damn. Okay, one thing the reverse is doing a very good job is to capture how very attractive Ezio is.
From here. Down. This apple can fly, of course, but from this height, I doubt you would survive. I suggest we find another way.
Why waste time?
The wind blows past their ears. I'm just gonna keep taking spring screens. The assassin grabs the golden apple and it leaps into the air with all the confidence of an eagle taking flight.
What? No!
The air reeks of straw and soil. They land with precision in a cart full of hay.
This apple may have experienced some anoxia during our fall. I'm so dizzy.
Shh. Quiet. Don't give our hiding spot away.
Night has fallen. The man and the fruit hidden in the hay can hear the sound of marching footsteps.
Oh, two! You, with the blue hat!
The street falls silent after that. All the people around the lady with the blue hat, including the two hiding in the hay, wait on her reply.
Good evening, gentlemen. Is there something wrong?
What? That voice? Ha! I have a good feeling about this.
The encounter just beyond their hay-strewn lair continues.
I have never seen someone dressed like you before. Where are you from? What are you doing in Firenze?
I'm a visitor to...
Sorry, I skipped, but she said that she is a visitor to Florence. The soldier waves his hand impatiently.
It doesn't matter. Tell me, have you seen a man in a grey hood pass by?
She glances over the corner of the street. Not far from view, a pile of hay lies gently rustling in the night air, looking entirely and inescapably ordinary.
Not that I know of.
Then have you seen something? Something golden?
The soldier draws something like a circle in the air clumsily.
Hmm?
Bah, useless. Continuam, poverty.
The clink of metal echoes around and then fades away as the lively sounds of night returns. After a while, a voice rings out softly from just outside their hiding spot.
You were right in there.
The voice hints at an unexpected reunion.
Vertin! Oh, this apple is ever so glad to see you again. If only I didn't look a right mess. Please, give me a minute.
With all the talk about a golden apple, I had a feeling I would find you here. Looks like luck's in my favor this time. But how did you get in here? Did you jump from that tower?
It's a long story.
Buonasera, signora. You have my thanks for your assistance.
Buonasera, Ezio.
Is she one of the friends you talked about, Apple?
That's right. This is Vertin, a most trustworthy friend and companion.
I appreciate the compliment, Mr. Apple. And who is this gentleman?
This is Ezio Auditore, an assassin.
An assassin? Really?
That's dangerous.
Please, don't let the reputation of our name confuse you. We assassins kill, only when there is a just cause. But maybe I can explain later. The curfew will begin soon, and I'd like to avoid any further complications with the guards. My friend must be worried about us already.
I mean, if this thing is a good assassin, who am I to judge? But just saying, if I was playing in like a D&D adventure and some companion of mine showed up with an NPC that just so happened to be an assassin, I would be a little wary, you know? Newer games are made for investors. It was always about the money, just that the customer goodwill and loyalty used to matter a hell lot more. Investors don't care about good games. Hell, they don't care about a good product. A new hand touches the beacon. God damn it. Then now I want to replay every Assassin's Creed game I own. I mean, go ahead. I heard that they are very good, especially the older ones. The newer ones I cannot attest for their quality. Huh. What this? Okay. What's wrong, Mr. X? We made a mistake in the experiment. One of the observers has gone on a different time track than the others. That sounds horrible. Will it cause any danger? Well, if you see the observers as marbles rolling in a run race, this one is setting off from a much further much further place. But still, it will reach the same destination as the others in the end. So the situation is still under control. No need to worry about its influence on reality. It's just that you have to spend years living alone before the others arrive. Is there anything we can do for her? This is not part of the plan after all. We have an emergency to deal with that before that. Observer number 4's data is corrupted, but he's still connected to the stage. Going astray is like a good trip compared to this. Number 4, is that Mr. Apple? So that's why we turn into the Apple of Wisdom. Observation Instruction Book. Chapter 1, General Concept of Chaos Particles and the Chaos Field. Chapter 2, the Huygens-Fresnel Principle and its Application. Chapter 9, Observe Instructions. Yes. If the observer cannot understand Chapter 1 to 8, please read this chapter carefully. 1. All experiences generated by the device are limited to the mental or psychological realm. Do not confuse them with reality. During the observation, please be mindful of your identity and act accordingly. All pain experienced during the observation will be synchronized with your body. Please pay attention to your personal safety. You will be disconnected from the device upon experiencing death. Please stay calm when returning to reality. Thank you for letting us know that we might experience death. An unfinished letter. There hasn't been much progress these last few days, and I studied the cipher again, and the cipher that lied was the answer. It was the only thing that could cause a reaction on the frescoes. I'm going to redesign the experiment, but I need some inspiration. Could you collect more information about the frescoes for me? Their locations, contents, number, anything will do. And I have some bad news. You are not the only one who wants me to crack the puzzle. Right before I wrote this letter, I managed to escape from a group of Templars. I'll set off to Florence in days, and the letter abruptly stops here as if someone interrupted the writer. So this is probably a letter written by Leonardo. The Golden Apple. Ezio, we're still looking for information about the Golden Apple, as well we cannot confirm its connection with the Piece of Eden. Word is that it has something to do with the secret chamber they used to house the compliners. I forgot how they called it. Whatever it is, it has drawn a lot of attention, and you should be prepared for trouble. Make it double. And there's one more thing you should know. We've heard the apple snore like a human several times, which is unbelievable. Some said a piece of Eden came alive over the past few years, but I highly doubt it. Finally, we couldn't find Leonardo in Milan. I think he's in trouble. I'll keep you posted. Niccolo Machiavelli. Oh, Machiavelli. I've been playing 360's Assassin's Creed games. Well, when I'm in the right mind space, Altair's movement pisses me off. Desmond, how I miss him. Nice. The Dark of the Arno. A tree that bears sweet and sour pears can never produce sweet figs. And I do love my sweet figs. Here in my house, we're big fig enjoyers. Come forth, prayers of the night, or blood reddens the offering, or tears blacken the Arno, or children are born amongst the blooming flowers. And while the face of God vanishes from the painted frame, we are the corrupted. Dim candlelight flickers over errand books and draft papers, casting shadows on the wall. Leonardo is fully engrossed within the book held in front of him.
They sang and danced to the heretics' music. Then they cut their wrists to shed blood, mixed it with air and soil, and painted the mixture on the wall. The air smelled strange. I started to laugh and dance just like they did.
The door is cracked, followed by the sound of heels stepping onto the old wooden floor. Despite the noises, the man doesn't stir from his book.
Blood on the wall, reborn from the ashes. Blood on the wall, reborn from the tears. Blood on the wall, reborn from the flesh.
The one who entered the room halts their steps, and all falls completely mute.
What?
Leonardo Alas takes notice of the figure in the room, as it approaches him like a ghost from the shadows. Right behind him, creeping closer and closer,
Buonasera?
The ghost shrouds Leonardo in his book in its shadow and whispers to him.
Blood on the wall. I am reborn.
This is our girl. Leonardo jumps like a frightened rabbit, staring up the pages on the ground.
What's wrong, Mr. Leonardo? I was only reading the rest of the spell. Oh, I get it. You were having fun reading those horror stories all alone. I understand. I do love a good ghost story.
You might have considered knocking me, Signorina.
The young lady snorts presumptuously.
Mr. Leonardo? Mr. Leonardo? Mr. Leonardo! I called your name 3 times in a row, but no one answered. How could you be so rude as to ignore your patroness? Oh, I didn't mean to scare you, but Miss Sotheby has no time to waste.
I like that Sotheby is high society no matter the time and place that she is.
Mirincresce, I've been entranced in the words. It's a record of the Complainers' ritual. The author claims to have been part of it and escaped alive.
Probably is one of those things that real blue bloods are gonna be blue bloods no matter the time and space. That's what Sotheby's proving. No matter the time and space that she found herself in, she always gonna rise to the top.
The ones you've mentioned before? That nasty group of gremlins that used to meet in the cathedral in secret?
See, they are also the ones who have secreted away the relics that Ezio is searching for. My messenger must have told you why I invited you to come by. Your father just confiscated some manuscripts.
Oh, I think you're mistaken. Mr. Domenico is not my father, though I am very grateful for his help.
He's not your father? But I was certain that you were introduced as such.
It's a long story.
The young lady looks up wistfully as she recalls the events.
I was wandering around the palazzo when some gentlemen arrived. As I recall, they were all members of the Decem Weary. One of them was Mr. Domenico. All of a sudden, he rushed up to me and asked if I was his daughter. He said that I had gone missing many years ago.
No offense, mia signorina, but that sounds a little like how they kidnap children in Santa Croce.
Thank you for the reminder, Mr. Leonardo. But Sotheby is a mature young lady who can protect herself. After all, I'm standing here talking to you in one piece. Anyway, he started crying about the garden he had built for her, and how it had all the rarest plants he could find. He even said he had Tahitian bridal veil, Egyptian privet, and devil's tree. So...
Fortuna certainly seems to be on your side.
Yes.
Now, did he give you the manuscripts? I can't imagine he would say no to his long-lost daughter.
Probably Sotheby, if she has any attributes on her character sheet, and luck is a thing, then that's maxed out. The young lady nods proudly.
Ta-da! Miss Sotheby already took the liberty of checking them all. This one is well crafted and has the most details.
I will say, she doesn't have enough luck to protect Mr. Carson from being affected by the storm, but she has enough luck for Mr. Carson being the first person that we realize actually that didn't die by the storm, just got reversed by it, as Mr. Duncan. So even that, we can say that her luck keep playing out as to her favor.
It was confiscated from a book merchant. He said...
The young lady clears her throat before she continues.
It has a silk cover, tempera painting, and gilded edges. Buy it now, and I'll throw in a free collection of Dante's poetry. Incipi menelios micum mea tibia versus. How was that? Miss Sotheby has been practicing her Latin.
Brava! Your father would be moved to tears if he heard that.
Now that I've given you a hand, could you...
The young lady is struck by an uncharacteristic shyness.
Don't tell me you want to join.
That's right. Please let me join in your adventure. Take me to the cathedral with you.
The young lady seems to almost float with anticipation.
Mi rincresce, mia signorina, but this is not the sort of adventure suitable for a young woman. I barely survived my own encounter with the Templars. Don't presume that they will show you mercy simply because you are a nobleman's daughter. Mia signorina, I'm sorry, but I could never forgive myself if I let you be hurt. Whatever adventure awaits us at Il Duomo, I do not believe it will be fun.
Again, you shouldn't be so afraid with Sotheby.
There's no need to worry. Miss Sotheby can protect herself, and more than just that.
She raises her head proudly, adopting a proud and noble pose.
I can make potions, aid in teamwork, research critters, read Latin, give orders, and even fight any villains we may find. Just let me prove it.
I mean, she is the luckiest character that I know on Reverse. And this is her proof. Come on, Sotheby.
Wow. So many things that I haven't seen.
Please forgive me, mia signorina. This invention was not made to fight you, but I guess I don't have options. I will complete the installation in a few minutes. You have to stay, mia signorina. Huh. Okay. I skipped, but there's no problem. I can still defeat.
What's this? Typhon won't give up his friend. Neither will Sotheby. I tripled the ingredients this time. What's that? I know what this is. This is the gift, well prepared for you. What's this? What's that? What's this? The ingredient store owner said it was very effective. The ingredient store owner said it was very effective. Please believe me.
Power transfer secured. Only a few more steps to go. Well, Ms. Moisen always told me not to celebrate too quickly. Oh no, my war machine! It broke down!
I've already said that Sotheby doesn't need a bodyguard.
Leonardo may be a man of many talents, but fighting is not one of them, and soon he ends up cornered by the little arcanist.
Hooray! My screaming roots and Popeye slime worked.
Calm down, signorina. All right. Please, have mercy. You can join us. You've more than proved your ability.
I can just imagine that Sotheby was just throwing potions and flasks in Leonardo, and Leonardo is looking like a hot mess right now. Hands on the head, Leonardo rushes towards the door, trying to run away from the little witch.
Ouch! Who could this be?
It seems like I've missed a party.
Ezio! Signore Apple! I knew you would get rid of those Templars. Oh, and you've even brought us a new friend.
Good evening, Mr. Leonardo. I've heard a lot about you on my way here. That lady behind you.
As heels hit the wooden floor again, a green tornado swooshes by Leonardo and charges forward. A heartwarming reunion. The young lady can't help hugging her friend in a swirling embrace.
You're finally here. Have you any idea what I've been through? Miss Sotheby had to attend classes and even study Latin. My teachers were even stricter than Mr. Carson.
The anxiety of exploring a new place is all at once driven away. She takes a deep breath to enjoy the moment, taking in the pleasant smell of the Tuscan air, with an odd hint of citrus and the unmistakable smell of goat cheese.
I'm so glad I finally found you, Sotheby.
Yeah, Sotheby and Regulus came earlier, and as we've seen by X's conversation with Ego, they probably spent a couple of years before we actually came in here. Yeah, there has some scuffed movement. I have Black Flag on the 360, so I will replay that in the weekend. Sotheby's just reached no matter what time she's in. I'm gonna look now, I gotta focus on my necromancy. Good job there, free shoots. Have a good one on your necromancy. I gotta enjoy some necromancers. So, really appreciate you going that route. A lot of pride. A lot of pride. Necromancer pride. Practical geometry. Veiled in sunlight, standing on the moon, wearing a crown of 12 stars, her ascension approaches.
I see. Each of us seems to have had our own adventures after we arrived. How interesting and wonderfully fun.
So, then we each arrived here in the stage. I mean, in Florence, at different times. How odd. As far as this apple recalls, the instruction book didn't mention anything about that.
So then you and your friends came here on a sort of pilgrimage. Was it a journey of discovery, or is it simply that you wish to see the beauty of Firenze?
It was only supposed to be a quick journey, but something happened along the way. Accidents, murders, and now the threat of an all-out war.
Again, I'm sorry, but we're in need of your help, Signore Appa.
What do you mean, we?
My friends and allies. My fellow assassins.
Assassins? Mr. Ezio, I need to know more about this organization of yours before making any decisions.
A straightforward request.
Va bene. I'll tell you whatever you need to know, if it is in my power to tell you. The assassins have a long history. We do not serve kings, nor do we kill for money. We fight for peace, and for the freedom of mankind.
That's very noble of you. I imagine you face many obstructions to that goal. Am I right that these Templars are one of those obstacles?
See, they've long been opposed to us. They prefer to impose their vision of order on others. They will stop at nothing until they control the whole world.
If order is what they're after, this apple does sympathize with them to some extent. There is no such thing as absolute justice, but we can all do our best to pursue it.
No. Nothing of what they do could be called justice. This order they believe in is only a disguise. All they truly desire is control. Their rise to power would be the end of freedom. No one would be spared.
The man furrows his brows, his expression revealing an unusual hint of disdain.
I see.
Berthin relaxes her stance, satisfied with the hooded man's answers.
Ask anything of us, we will do it for you. Anything within our reach.
All right. As Mr. Apple is already deeply involved in this, I must admit, I am curious about his change in appearance. Maybe we will find our answer to that in this secret chamber.
Grazie, amica.
Va bene. Now that we've reached an agreement, allow me to continue studying this manuscript.
I've seen this before.
Signorina Sotheby only borrowed it for us. We'll have to return it soon, so our time is short. Let's get started and see what clues we can find.
Okay, use ego vision to find the hidden information in the fresco. I can't make heads or tails of it. Ezio, I'm afraid I'll be needing those keen, all-seeing eyes of yours. Leave it to me. I've been seeing this symbol somewhere before. It's exactly like those on the frescoes. This is getting interesting. Let's quickly see what's on the next page. Hooray! I can't wait anymore! One moment. Aha! There you are! The strokes of colors look familiar. Now, whose style could this possibly be?
This is most confusing. Almost every fresco has one of these humanoid symbols, each adopting a different pose.
I once read something similar in a detective story. It could be a secret code used between close friends to encrypt their conversation, like Typhon and Orthrus.
Orthrus? You mean this might be an encrypted version of ancient Greek? The grammar doesn't seem to match.
Leonardo suddenly turns the pages, slamming his fingers on his new discovery.
Mr. Leonardo, we haven't finished. Do you mind?
Uccello. It's Paolo Uccello. The copies cannot recreate every detail of the originals, but still the style makes itself evident. The perspective is perfect, and the geometric figures are so precise that it almost starts to get dull. There's no doubt. This is Paolo Uccello's work.
What's wrong, Ezio?
I know the name. My mother used to be a patron of his.
What?
I was young when we met. All I remember is that he was a shy man who kept his head low as he worked. He left before what happened to my family. Then we lost touch.
The assassin lets his eyes rest on the flickering candlelight in the corner.
I haven't seen him since.
Ezio's mother, La Signora Maria Auditore, is a kind-hearted patrona. She has sponsored many artists, myself included. I never expected Uccello to be involved, though I've heard he was a strange man. He became obsessed with his studies on perspective. Then eventually he disappeared. Not even his family knew where he went. It was declared that he died some time ago. 1475, I believe. But some claim that he is still alive, still painting, scratching out a living somewhere far from civilization.
Hold on. Take a look at the lines in the other frescoes. This bird, its lines are rougher than Uccello's. These were drawn by someone else. An imitator.
You're right. This is a counterfeit.
This apple hadn't expected an assassin to be so cultured, Ezio.
What do you mean? Of course assassins can be more than just, killing people. Leonardo pats Ezio on the shoulder, smiling.
Don't be fooled by his rough exterior, Signore. The Auditores were once one of the great families of Firenze. Not so powerful as the Medicis, but still.
Ezio only responds with a few coughs, indicating the topic should shift.
As Leonardo said, my mother has been a patron of many artists, including Uccello. I've seen his work many times on the walls of our home in Monteriggioni.
This is...
Monteriggioni sounds like the name of a cheese. Leonardo jumps up, looking particularly serious.
Signore, I believe I may have discovered the location of the hidden chamber.
Goodness me! You figured that out before I could even finish the manuscript.
Mi rincresce, mia signorina. Once I begin, it is hard to stop the mechanisms of my mind.
Leonardo straightens out his hair, looking somewhat bashful.
Take a look. It's a copy of the dome's blueprint. I've never seen anything so perfect in its design. The design was inspired by the Pantheon, and Brunelleschi invented the double-layered dome on that basis.
What a genius idea! The two shells serve as a buttress to each other, so that the dome could avoid from collapsing, even at this size.
Precisely. But see here, the tunnel between the two shells is scarcely wide enough for a man to fit through. That is, except for this space below the ribs.
Which means the secret chamber has to be there.
Abunto. But it's no more than an inference for now. We must visit the Duomo to confirm it for ourselves. Ezio, you're familiar with this structure, aren't you? You've been beneath its catacombs.
I am. I have. But the cathedral will be under careful watch by the Templars. I doubt we can slip in undetected. We need another way in.
Don't worry. I have already devised a way.
Leonardo winks and smiles, which suggests a surprise.
Have you heard of my work there? The Assumption of Mary?
Leonardo has a lot of famous artworks, but the Sistine Chapel is probably the most popular one. It's hard for me to remind any other one. Not as cultured as I wish. Yeah, they can be more like pirates and British. Chips and cheddar. Okay, let's first I'm gonna get this. Yum yum coins. Afternoon of the next day.
Is that you, Signore Leonardo? Thank God. I still hadn't truly believed the rumors of your return.
I know. There was some trouble in Milan.
We've heard about the scandal concerning Duke Sforza. How savage.
That's why I came back, with a creative fever inspired by my pains.
The code priest gasps as if the young painter's words stung his ears.
Capisco. So, then have you come to finish the Assumption of Mary? It's been 4 years since you left. We've been careful to leave it untouched. Now, by the light of the Lord, you're finally back. We emptied the Duomo as you requested. I promise no one will bother you.
Grazie. I must get to work right away. My inspiration may fade at any moment.
But who are these signorine?
Good day, Father. I'm here as Signore Leonardo's apprentice.
And, why... I'm here to evaluate his work for my father, of course.
Allow me to present Father Alberto, Signorina Sotheby Domenico. She's provided huge support for my art career, so to show my gratitude, I've asked her to model.
For the Assumption of Mary?
The old priest dabs a bead of sweat off his forehead unconsciously.
La Signorina is a bit young, don't you think? And not exactly how I had pictured Mary.
Who is the artist, Father? Do not let your mind be so entrenched by outdated styles. When you look for a model, you must focus on their soul, not simply their flesh. You pay too much attention to her appearance, yet neglect what's inside. The Assumption of Mary depicts La Madonna's reception into heaven, not just in body, but in spirit as well. And what do you think best captures that moment, Father?
He does not have the vision.
Why are you looking at me?
Leonardo gestures at Sotheby, presenting her like a showman.
Esatto. That innocence and vitality. She may be a little young, but her spirit is perfect. In fact, it is that innocence which makes her more qualified than anyone. She will be indispensable for my work, for my inspiration, you know?
Oh well. Then I must thank you for your compliments, Signor Leonardo.
You have convinced me once again, Leonardo. Although, something tells me that we should go deeper into this topic. Another time, perhaps. For now, I will trust in your piety and capability. Please let me know if you need anything else.
As it happens, there is something, Father. You see, I would like to try some new perspective techniques on this work. I know that Paolo Uccello is a master of perspective. Do you have any of his works around?
See, San Giorgio and the Dragon, one of his masterpieces.
Ah, but I have already seared this one into my mind. Have you any others?
Yes, there's another fresco in the dome, but it was suspended midway by the sponsor, the Arte della Lana. More than a dozen artisans and artists, including Signore Uccello, the chief painter, participated in this project. But none of them received a single florin for their work. Che Dio li benedica.
Oh, how terrible. Those poor artists. What happened?
This was nearly 20 years ago. I suppose it was simply too expensive. The dome itself is rarely visited. It is only natural that our money go to the central nave, where all the faithful might see it. I should leave you to your work, signore. Che Dio vi benedica tutti.
Roberto crosses his heart and leaves.
They're finally gone. All right, time to start Operation Florence Typhoon! Wait, where's Burton?
Right behind you.
Oh, where did you go? We're about to get started.
I wanted to make sure that there was no one else in the cathedral before we began. I believe we are alone now. We shouldn't be disturbed for some time.
It's always good to be cautious, Signorina. I should signal Ezio and Signora Apple now. They've waited long enough.
Is there something wrong, Burton? You don't look well.
I'm fine. I'm not used to the smells here.
The smells? It's frankincense.
And myrrh.
Those are the most prominent ones I can detect. I believe there may be some other local florals. I wonder if all the incense is meant to make you dizzy on purpose. What better way is there to see clouds and angels?
That's a clever theory.
But heavy incense can certainly be unpleasant for some people. Oh! But Miss Sotheby has the perfect thing to help!
She flings open her bag and retrieves the potion.
Apply 2 drops just inside your nose, and you should be right as rain.
Thank you.
The weather is truly lovely today, isn't it?
The golden apple basks cozily beneath the Tuscan sun.
Any sign of the signal yet?
Not yet.
A short time later, the assassin makes his way to the apple's side.
There's a window near the reeds. We should be able to sneak in through there.
Marvelous. All that's left to do is to wait for their signal. The sun is so warm and gentle right now. Like sipping a cup of freshly made Cornish tea. Ouch!
Sure. The bird? Oh!
Bird!
It's a wooden bird.
Did it think this apple was a fine-looking snack? It has letters on it. It Nava.
Let me see. It's mirrored font, one of Leonardo's codes. You reverse it to get the true message. Avanti. Action.
Oh, I see. Nothing too complex. But what about this bird?
Another of his bizarre inventions. It has to hit something to stop. You should be thankful. He's improved it from his last design. It used to fly so fast that it would knock you off your feet.
Remarkable. It is an amazing invention. If I were you, I would suggest that he take good care of all his blueprints so they might be passed down in the future.
Ezio smiles.
It wouldn't do any good. His genius may well be forgotten since he guards his ideas so jealously. He writes everything in ciphers like this. He would rather see his work burn than have someone else complete it for him. He won't worry about the future until it comes. That's just his way.
And what about you, Ezio?
The assassin looks down at his own shadow.
I am an assassin. We work in the dark to serve the light. I don't want to be remembered.
That sounds lonely. Do you
Indeed.
mind if I ask something? You've avoided speaking about your family. It sounds like something terrible happened. Are they why you became an assassin?
It is a long story. My father and brothers were killed by the Templars.
The assassin covers his face beneath his hood and replies in a soft voice.
I was only 17. So much has changed since then.
I'm terribly sorry, Ezio. Forgive me. I should never have...
Apples falls silent. For a moment, it almost seems as if his golden skin loses its shine.
It's not your fault.
His eyes trace the flight of an eagle in the distance. Then he turns Then he turns and his face seems as gloomy as midnight.
It was 3 in the morning. I placed their bodies on a boat, performed their last rites, and then lit their pyre. I watched as it drifted away down the Arno, the pride of the Auditores. Yet I couldn't even bury them properly. All I could do was keep my enemies' names in mind. Fieri di Pazzi, Francesco di Pazzi, Uberto Alberti. I took their lives, every last one of them.
The wind blows away a painful sigh.
I don't think I've told anyone that for a long time.
I can't imagine the pain. Not to mention how hard it must have been to overcome it.
He shakes his head with a bitter smile.
I didn't. You don't overcome that sort of pain. No. I took it in and made it part of myself. I feel it again, raw and new. Every time I draw my blade, it's always there, guiding me from each target to the next.
But you said that assassins only kill for a just cause. Isn't that just killing for revenge?
Ezio looks out from his hood with a cold stare.
Revenge can be a just cause if it rights injustice. I have to believe that.
Footsteps disturb a nearby tile.
Someone's here.
Ezio grabs Apple and moves like a shadow behind a nearby chimney. Not long after, 2 Templars round the edge of the roof.
Cazzo! The whole Duomo has been blocked for some honored guest. Even Signore Rodrigo can't get us in. I didn't know it sunk this low.
What are we even on the lookout for? Some kind of apple? Is it related to the relics?
What now?
The other Templar reaches for his neck.
A poison arrow.
He falls to the ground before finishing the words.
What? Assassin! Assassin over here!
And it's time to fight. Boom, 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 boom. Boom.
Oh, I got it now.
Let's see.
Wait for the right moment. Into the dark.
I've got some trouble, Bruce. Just another shift.
Liberato dalla paura. Addio, straniero.
Fresh from the crucible. Laundry time.
You see it coming.
Nice.
That weren't even as tough as waking up an old factory.
Yeah, the damage is pretty nice. We're just an Inside 2 character.
That should be the last one. But the Templars will be on high alert. We need to hurry.
Si, signore.
Yes, sir.
It's dusty in here. Are you sure this is the right way, Ezio?
It's the only one that isn't crawling with Templars, so it has to be.
I guess that's a good point.
Look, there's light ahead.
They find a narrow stairway after moving around the corner. A beam of light illuminates the space through the vent.
Oh, who would have guessed? A secret tunnel.
Let's go, amigo.
It's clear no one has been here for a long time, yet a sense of danger chokes the air.
The brick patterning. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
The dome's bricks are arranged diagonally, layered all the way into the shadow at the top.
We call it the spina di pesce, herringbone. Another of Brunelleschi's innovations. I know next to nothing about architecture, but Leonardo would say it helps to carry the weight of the dome.
That makes perfect sense. The diagonal arrangement must prevent them from shifting under the immense weight. A positively genius design. And to realize it, the bricks must have been layered with incredible precision.
Apple sighs unconsciously.
That would explain why it took so long to complete. 16 years. I'm certain it must have been exciting to witness its completion after so much time. Brunelleschi, Leonardo, Uccello. Your hometown is full of amazing people, Ezio.
Right.
This apple wishes he had been born here.
Yeah, sadly, Newton was a little far away whenever you fall from the tree. Ezio turns looking over the wall.
There is no city quite like Firenze.
Like a row of steadfast soldiers, the bricks extend upwards as the assassin climbs the stairs, like silent observers over the course of history.
What's wrong?
There's something on the wall.
Several humanoid symbols have been hidden in a nuke.
These appear to be the same symbols from the manuscript.
Then we're on the right path.
Look, another symbol over there.
One pursuer, two pursuers, three. Symbols appear one after another as if guiding the way.
We must be close.
Speeds up his pace. After turning several corners, Ezio spots a beam of light. The symbols converge on a single destination. What lies ahead? An answer or more questions? Ezio takes a deep breath and walks into the dazzling light. The blinding light slowly dims, giving way to the gentle warmth of candlelight. When he opens his eyes again, he sees several discolored frescoes. In the middle of these silent figures, flowers and birds, a blank space.
So, this is the secret chamber.
Indeed. Well, now you've reached where I am in the story, so I must go lurk mode. I have four skeletons, 4 zombies, and 5 reanimated hunting dogs. Nice. Look at you already with the small army. And no problem, Kokomo. Please, lurk away. See, have nothing here. Agnes Day. A qualified model should be called slick and unmoving like a block of ice. I think I'm gonna get some water to drink before we continue this. Be right back, guys. I have returned, but I'm pretty amused. I know that this whole lore here is definitely related to Assassin's Creed. It's really making me wanna tackle the game, and just for the lore itself, pretty interesting. But yes, let's return to the gameplay. They said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens."
These murals have nearly faded away.
Nonetheless, it appears we can rule out a biblical scene, nor does it appear to connect with any significant Greco-Roman
I'm
mythology.
eating some grapes. I'll leave it to the auto.
Perhaps there's some metaphor hidden in the narrative of these paintings. And if we can figure it out, we will find our way to the secret chamber. The problem is, there are so many murals. Where do we begin?
In most cases, you view a fresco straight ahead and from top to bottom.
Okay.
In this order, they seem to be telling a simple story about a group of people and a peculiar bird.
Simple and straightforward. Except for this part.
As you gaze at the blank area at the center of the fresco, as if by silent agreement, the faded pigments around it keep their distance. All the questions seem to center there.
What is the meaning of this?
What is the meaning of this? My face. Why did it look so horrible?
Please don't worry, Signorina. This is only the first stage of my draft. I must draw out the details in rough so that you won't end up looking like an empty shell. They will help to express how you stand.
You're really putting rough in rough.
Really? Then Miss Sotheby will still look pretty, right? Once you've finished with all the glamorous colors and those adorable little angels.
In a sort of way, yes. Except, of course, that it won't be you. It will be the Virgin Mary. But other than that, you'll have everything you hope for, including all the colors and the little angels.
I actually thought you'd use the time to paint.
Of course. And we must take our work seriously at that. Father Alberto may show up for an inspection at any time.
I see. I notice you've used some guidelines in the background. Are you using linear perspective theory?
The painter's eyes light up with the surprise and delight.
Caspita, I hadn't expected you to know about that.
Vertin is a genius.
Where we come from, mastering this fundamental concept is essential for every artist.
Cosa?
Yo.
Fundamental? That would make your homeland some kind of painter's paradise. Don't tell me even your snails can paint.
Oh, that would be such a delight, don't you
But
think?
yeah, nowadays we have so much geniuses, artists, in comparison to that time.
Mr. Carson once told me it was a part of your training method that...
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt. Perhaps, Mr. Leonardo, you could tell us more about your use of linear perspective. My understanding of it might differ from yours.
Con piacere.
Do you see these lines? Objects can be made to look larger or smaller depending on where they are on the line. Using them, we can create a convincing sense of depth. Wow! Now, try extending them and see what happens. Exactly. These are orthogonals or perspective lines. These lines spring from the vanishing point. There are many other orthogonals and on the painting. Look for the rest. Reverse, teaching us how to do perspective.
Two vanishing points, huh? I wonder if a painting can have 3, 4, or an infinite number of vanishing points. Wait, I guess they would get all tangled and messed up that way. What was I thinking?
Multiple vanishing points, waning sanctuaries. Eureka! I can't believe I didn't think of it sooner. If the whole thing is connected to Paolo Cello, then of course, linear perspective would be crucial for solving the riddle.
It turns around, excitement gleaming in his eyes as he looks at his two bewildered companions.
Do you still remember the riddle? Sub cadente fulgore, cadencia sanctuaria coniunguntur.
Could waning sanctuaries be his way of saying vanishing points?
See? I believe so. Following this logic, then for them to unite must refer to the intersection of the lines extending from the vanishing points, and waning glow naturally must refer to the setting sun.
He raises his brush, pointing towards the window.
In other words, we need to find the intersection of the vanishing points before the sun sets.
But the riddle didn't specify which painting, did it?
It must be a fresco right outside the secret chamber. Rumors say the secret chamber switch is hidden within a mysterious fresco. A fresco often consists of multiple sections. If all of them employ linear perspective,
then there will be a lot of vanishing points to follow.
The sound of the bells tolling reverberates through the building, mingling with the rising smoke from a nearby censer.
by the bells, it must be 5 already. We must hurry and inform Ezio of our discovery. We won't be able to solve the riddle once night falls. Time is of the essence.
Then it's time we take action. Mr. Leonardo, please stay here and keep Father Alberto busy while Vertin and I inform Mr. Apple about...
Yeah, the censer. The smoke is getting thicker and thicker. The fog from the censer thickens.
Where have these clouds come from? I feel like... I could use some shut-eye right now.
No, this isn't time to sleep. We must find... Wait. What are we trying to find?
It's sleeping gas. Cover your nose. Hurry.
The two lean on each other, but soon collapse to the floor together.
Leonardo!
Probably because Vertin put the thing on her nose.
Not good.
Just not being
The
affected by
smoke
it.
is getting thicker by the second.
She scrambles to get away, but soon falls to the floor with the others. Oh. Yeah, that just made her resistance not immune. After an unknown amount of time, soft footsteps echo in the dark.
Leonardo? What's going on here? Have you fallen asleep?
Their silence is a silent affirmation.
Keep on sleeping, poor lambs, and may you have sweet dreams. May the Father of Understanding guide us.
Hmm. So Alberto was a villain as well. It was all a trap. Hello, Julia. Welcome. How are you doing? Long time no see. We're doing some Assassin's Creed collaboration right now. Bestiary. Birds never talk much. They only sing of spring, of tears about to fall, and of poetry.
Uccello.
Who? Where? Oh, sorry. I hadn't meant to drift asleep. It's just that so much has happened over the past few days.
The assassin's attention is fixed intently on the fresco before him.
Perhaps the bird in the fresco represents Uccello himself. Uccello means bird, after all.
So then in these paintings, Uccello is a wondrous bird that has many followers.
A metaphor.
It seems like we're nearly there, but something's still missing. Perhaps I can take a closer look.
Apple slowly floats upward to the blank area. As if in perfect synchronization, a beam of light passes through the stained glass, illuminating Apple and the blank area. Fervent raids, vivid reds, vivid greens, a panoply of new colors.
You saw that too, right?
New colors blossom in the light, only to fade like the ebbing tide. Ezio nods.
There were colors. Fleeting, yes. But no trace of color is ever fully erased. Let's see.
Ezio wipes the blank section of the wall, then sniffs his hand.
There's a faint metallic smell.
Metallic smell? But this apple doesn't see anything on the wall that could create such a smell.
Trust me. In my line of work, I've become very familiar with the scent.
There is an unwavering confidence in his tone.
I do hope you aren't implying that those awful rumors that Mr. Leonardo told me yesterday are true.
Then they cut their wrists to shed blood, mixed it with hair and soil, and painted the mix in the wall.
No. I refuse to follow this train of thought. It must be something else, something less gory. Give me a minute. Metal oxidation, frescoes, and pigment.
A series of keywords emerges and intertwine in his mind until the final piece of the puzzle falls into place.
I've got it. Many artists in this era use pigments derived from minerals such as ochre, lapis lazuli, and chromium compounds. When exposed to moisture, they undergo oxidation, which may be the source of this metallic scent.
Apple stares at the blank space in front of him.
Yes, it all makes sense now. I've cracked the code to this perplexing riddle, and the answer shines brighter than ever before.
A deliberate pause, as if awaiting a thunderous applause from his audience.
Per favore.
The assassin stifles a laugh and makes a polite bow to suggest he continue.
I can only conclude that the artist used a special pigment that's only visible under specific lighting.
Only visible under specific lighting? How? That sounds like sorcery.
This isn't sorcery, amico. It's science. Back in this apple's timeline, homeland, pigments like this are not particularly rare. But why does this phenomenon seem to be receptive to my body? Oh, I see.
The apple's golden glow grows even brighter, like a small rising sun.
So this apple is no different than a kind of optical filter.
But for how long? The light from before faded in an instant.
Oh, what?
As you might know, sunlight consists of various wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation.
Waves of sunlight? I don't get it.
Never
That was
mind.
a scrap dialogue.
Let's assume this pigment is only visible under specific colors of light, say red light or orange light. At dusk, when the sun is near the horizon, its rays travel through the atmosphere at a steeper angle, which diffuses the blue and ultraviolet light, causing the sunlight to appear more orange and red. A sunset, in other words. Building on this, if we use an optical filter to block out even more blue and ultraviolet wavelengths...
You may as well get to the point, Signore Apple, because you've lost me.
Apple twirls excitedly in midair.
With the right amount of red and orange light, the pigment on the wall should become visible.
But for how long? The light from before faded in an instant.
Well, that's true. Highly limited in duration, and in size too. Nothing like the breathtaking display Leonardo demonstrated in the monastery. It may require a particular angle to achieve the desired effect. However, figuring that out will take some complex mathematical calculations.
Or you can just keep trying until you get the right angle. They both pause to examine the painting. The white space remains undisturbed and previous to the observers.
So, this is Uccello's final puzzle, huh? All this has really piqued my curiosity, Ezio. What kind of a man was this Paolo Uccello?
Mi dispiace. I can't even recall his face. Though I'm not surprised by his use of riddles. If he is anything like the other artists I know. They all like hiding puzzles in their work. It's a means of protecting them from imposters. I do know he has a passion for drawing birds. That's part of the reason they call him Uccello.
You can tell from the meticulous detailing he painted them with.
Other than that, though, he was quite ordinary.
Not as lively as Leonardo, nor as eccentric as Brunelleschi.
Is that so? Yet this ordinary man had a mind as vast as the universe itself. Not only was he a legendary painter, but he was also a pioneer in perspective and lighting. The perplexing puzzles he left in his works have proved an enduring challenge for scholars to decipher. Not to mention, he seems to be one of these Complinus cultists.
Ezio doesn't seem to give the accusation much weight. Reaching out his hand, he gently brushes the chipped well.
He's also a Florentine. And it's no wonder that a Florentine can work wonders.
fog in the central nave has cleared. She awakens feeling like her body is filled with lead.
Sotheby? Leonardo?
Don't eat me, please.
Further notices a half-open sensor on the
That must have
altar
been the source
table.
of the sleeping gas. Thank you, Miss Sotheby. That potion you gave me seems to have mitigated the effects of the gas.
I'm not tasty. Really?
The sleeping young lady appears gripped in a terrible nightmare.
It seems they aren't going to be waking up anytime soon. There you go.
The dozen duo are dragged behind the altar, hidden beneath the holy protection of its shadow.
For the time being.
Angels' trumpets are poisonous. Keep clear from them.
Gladish keeps
I'm sorry.
sleep talking.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Bene. Our reinforcements are in position. I understand that the Padre already took care of the rats in the central nave. You, go fetch them and lock them up.
Fetch!
Si, comandante!
The rest of you will follow me to eliminate our troublesome assassin. Seize the golden apple and claim those relics. Now pull yourselves together. We can't let this assassin get the drop on us. So if I catch any of you slacking off, you're going to wish I'd kicked you off the ledge here. Capito?
Si, comandante!
May the Father of Understanding guide... Huh?
The Templar commander notices a slender shadow behind a brick chimney.
Who's there? Show yourself.
Good afternoon, sir.
You. Aren't you that visitor from last night?
A breeze sweeps through, carrying up the tension in the air.
Don't tell me. You snuck your way up here for some sightseeing, signorina. Prendetela.
We're gonna defend ourselves. Not gonna go down easy. Okay. Nice enough.
Oh, I got it now.
Again, I'm gonna try to avoid using Naladin. I think I can just deal without her.
I've got some trap what I'm gonna...
Wait for the right into the darkness.
Ha! My crucible really has a mind of its own. Laundry time.
Liberato dal fratello. Addio, straniero. You see it coming. Addio, straniero.
So nice.
Finally, it's just you and me, Master.
Muoviti! Flanker from the other side! She must be with the assassins! Don't let her get away!
Obviously, the styles weren't made for running. Her foundation training didn't include any programs on rooftop evasion.
I need to find Ezio and Mr. Apple, but
The enormous dome looms ahead, the dark ventilation grates resembling the dim, watchful eyes of giant beasts. Far from a welcoming sight.
how should I get inside?
It appears you're lost, signorina. Thieves, courtesans, and foreigners. I've always wondered why the assassins only attract the likes of you as allies.
It's not hard to side with the assassins when the only other option is you.
Burn!
You're just a band of faithless lowlifes, nothing more.
She inches backwards, but finds that there's no more roof left to meet her step.
Do you cherish your life, Signorina? Or will you leap down like one of those suicidal assassins?
Laughter erupts from the advancing thugs. Her heart beats faster and faster, as if it might burst up from her throat at any moment. Throwing knife pierces through the commander's eye. My eye! Dead on. I am blind! Flashes of flying blades flicker in the chaos. Is it Cassandra? The Templars fall from the rooftop one by one. Just around the corner, a grayish figure stands silently, like a phantom in the sunlight. Also, Etu came back.
Follow the wall on the right until you see a mechanical bird. I placed it there to mark a hidden window. Your friend's waiting for you there.
What about you?
The assassin takes a step forward, directing his gaze towards another wave of Templars. Their armor glints coldly in the waning sunlight, forming a restless silver sea on the rooftop.
I have other work to do.
Yeah, you can help our Apple with the puzzle solving. I'm gonna do my job as an assassin and assassinate. Thank you, Ezio. Thank you. Diary with paint on it. March. Good heavens! I never thought linear perspective would be so hard to learn. I asked plenty of dumb questions, but Uccello answered all of them patiently and kept encouraging me. Father said I needed more practice too. March. The Lords kept throwing out new ideas, but Uccello always managed to talk them down. The fresco is getting more and more lively and artistic. It is an honor to witness the birth of a masterpiece. March. Following Uccello's advice, everyone tried that magical paint, including the most stubborn ones among us. I hope these days never end. April. We are being dismissed. My skills have improved over these last few days. Uccello generously shared his paint with us before he left. The story is coming to an end. We have to leave the painting unfinished. I put away the paint, but its odor remains in my mind. Poor guy that couldn't fulfill his masterpiece. I think I'm gonna need this bird, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna need Charpodonte and Dust. Let me start getting my Charpodontes and Dust. Maybe I can even level up Ezio a little more. I might use Aleph instead of Flutter Page. Well. But I can, no. I can use Barcarola and Aleph. It could be fun. I can use Impromptu.
Don't think I haven't noticed you looking to pay me a visit out in the wilderness. Usually those who seek to find me are looking for trouble. I'm glad you're...
A lot of resources. I'm still thinking about getting the rare jukebox. Again, my money of this month is very well planned out, so I might not get it this time, though I really wanted to, because, you know, we gotta be mindful of our expenses. I really love this background here, this beach garden building. Might get it, or yeah, nice. And then with the leftovers, I can purchase the Enma skin. um. Oh no, his eyes. Whatever shall he do? Warning: high levels of sarcasm detected. I fucking hate to bears in Skyrim. Leave me the fuck alone. What bears did to you, the fish? They just want to hunt. Oh god, using Ezio is so fun. He basically soloed the boss fight. Nice. Oh nice, my archery skill hit level 50. Nice. Leveling archery in an archer stream sounds about right. Feels appropriate. Deadly Dusk. Sadly, this was never about freedom. It was about order. But yeah, luckily for you, Kokobo, you still have a lot of content to go through, so you can just grind more resources to get Cassandra.
I'm so relieved to see you safe and sound, Vertin. We heard the sounds of fighting from below, and Ezio decided to check if any of you were in trouble.
Plot twist, we were.
Sorry for worrying you. But Ezio...
died. The sound of fighting has ceased for a while. Dead silence feels ominous.
I'm certain Mr. Ezio can handle it. He knows what he's doing.
He knows.
The Templars came prepared today. I'll go handle them. You stay here.
Are you certain? What if it's a trap? I have a bad feeling about this. Maybe we should go to get...
You don't need to worry. I've dealt with the Templars for many years.
The assassin flicks his wrist, the gold sheen of the hidden blades flashing in the shadows. He's always ready.
This is just yet another battle the Templars will lose. Besides, you are my friends. I won't let them put you in danger.
The assassin descends the stone steps in bounding leaps. As he moves, he looks up and gives the apple a final reassuring smile.
I promise you. We'll meet again, amico.
He's a selfless man.
And exceptionally perceptive. These Templars are indeed well prepared today. I came out of the central nave because Sotheby and Leonardo were knocked unconscious by some kind of sleeping gas.
What?
The priest named Alberto was likely behind it. I've hidden the two of them behind the altar, but there's no telling how long they'll be safe there.
This is bad. We still haven't figured out the trick to opening the secret chamber. Let's hurry, and we can exchange information on the way.
Step by step, the two climb up the long and narrow stone
Optical
stairs.
Filters. Uccello. Bird.
Yes, that's all we've managed to uncover so far. What about your side? Any new clues?
Instinctively glances over the dim stairway below them.
Substantial. But combining what you mentioned about the fresco and what the father said.
Yes, there's another fresco in the dome, but it was suspended midway by the sponsor, the Arte della Lana. More than a dozen artisans and artists, including Signore Uccello, the chief painter, participated in this project. But none of them received a single florin for their work. Che Dio li benedica.
If I might speculate, I think that the fresco isn't a puzzle or the key to any mystery, but rather a reflection of the experience of the artists themselves as they were painting the cathedral.
The artist's real experience? But how would you explain this surreal-looking stone?
What if it's not a stone in the first place? Perhaps it's that optical filter you proposed.
You mean that Uccello had an optical filter too? Oh, that's smart. Even in this era, an optical filter wouldn't be impossible to make. All you need is something that reflects the light properly. For example, a small piece of stained glass. Anyway, we just need to get to the secret chamber to confirm it for ourselves. We're almost there. When did he...
A priest stands in the supposedly empty room. Hands behind his back, it looks as if he had been there for a whole time.
You seem surprised to see me here, Signore Golden Apple and Signorina Apprentice.
So you were working with them, just as I suspected.
You hid your discovery about linear perspective from your friend to avoid being spied on, didn't you? That was wise.
Heavy footsteps come from behind the two soldiers, the two outsiders. A group of Templars emerges from the shadows, pouring out like cobwebs.
But it seems we weren't clever enough to see through your lies about emptying the cathedral.
I never lied. What a baffling accusation. All I have done is call in my dear friends who had been exposed to the scorching sun, while you were sleeping on the job.
I don't understand. You seem like a respectable man of the cloth. Why would you betray your faith to serve the Templars?
The priest's face darkens.
Betray? I've been a Templar all along. There was no one to betray.
But isn't Leonardo your friend?
Even the closest of friends may keep a secret or two from one another, don't they? It's not so different from his secret connections with the assassins.
This truly is an era of distrust.
And speaking of our friend Leonardo and that model girl, I admit you hid them quite well. It took our men some time to find them.
Ignoring the anxious look from the young woman, the priest casually paces in front of the fresco, admiring it as if it were any other painting.
Beautiful. I've always liked the way the lime layers peel away, like buried sins exposed to the light. Layer after layer stripped away. It's a kind of purification.
He turns around and reverently makes the sign of the cross over his chest.
Now, open the chamber if you still care about the safety of your friends.
If they could, do you think that they would still be here?
Let me warn you, Ezio Auditore is on his way here. He will stop at nothing to destroy you, Templars.
The declaration seems to have no effect on the priest.
Ezio, you say? Oh, I'm afraid I must be the one to tell you he's not coming back.
What? What do you mean by that?
Alberto steps to the window, looking down at the red, tilted rooftop below.
You will find we are also quite experienced in dealing with assassins. He will find his eternal rest here in Firenze this day.
Ominous indeed. What do you mean by that, Father Alberto? Uh, um, hello. Okay. Let's see. Hi, been a while. Oh, damn, new layout. Nice. Layout is not here because I wanted to. My chat stopped working, the multi-chat, so that's why the layout have been adapted for this one stream. Yeah, full team with them sounds fun, but some of ours is still on my radar. Hi, Moses. Hello, Aiden. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. We're playing some Assassin's Creed. I'm going through the entirety of the campaign right now. Hi, hello, hi. They finally fixed the bug with the main event. Yes, I can barely hear the characters. The problem I have with bears and wolves in Skyrim is that they are highly aggressive and quite stupid. Like, hello, where is your sense of survival? I've just took down your entire pack by myself. If the predators of Skyrim acted like that in real life, they would have been driven to extinction a long time ago. Rip Mochi chat. Yes, right? I'm sorry that the game is very low. Let me turn it up. Okay, this might be better then. Let me know if you want me to turn it up a little more. The Creed. Not just the Creed, the Assassin's Creed. Stay your blade from the flesh of an innocent. Hide in plain sight, be one with the crowd. I haven't at any time this past week. Kinda need some rest right now. By all means, please do rest. I know you've been going through a lot with the whole moving. Some say Florence is a land baptized in glory. So, in blood. So much blood has been spilled here by the Romans. Okay, that was quick. And those who fought for freedom. But one thing, I usually follow my chat using my own stream screen. But because I no longer had the Mochi chat today, it's harder for me to keep track with chat as it goes. So I'm looking at chat every time I finish like a part of the chapter. Just letting people know, like, if I don't respond right away, is because I'm actually not even seeing what you guys are talking. So I'm finishing everything so I can actually, minimize and then look in my chat.
Give it up, assassin. The old city is looking for you. You won't get away this time.
But I'm pretty happy. I'm having a fun time with Ezio.
Secure the relics.
I'm gonna try to do actually impromptu because Ezio is star, and even though he does not produce Eureka, he can be more decent. Because I think the best team for you to use Ezio without Cassandra or Alexius is probably doing Ezio, Flutter Page, maybe Lopera and Fatutu to do like a very decent extra action team. But I don't have Fatutu, so we gotta have to adapt.
Vertin, we can't just... Wait.
Actually, what I can do,
when did you figure out how to open the secret chamber?
and it can be decent, I can do Ezio, Flutter Page, Lopera, and Kiparina. And I feel like that could be good enough. Alberto offers a satisfied clap.
Bene, bene. It's time you shared your little secret.
Vertin.
Everything will be all right. Now, let's pay attention to the fresco.
Her calm tone is a mask worn over a swirling bowl of anxiety.
Of course. It's how we got this far. Subcadenti fulgore, cadentia sanctuaria coniunguntur.
Leonardo proposed that these waning sanctuaries must refer to vanishing points. And by unite, he means the place these vanishing points connect.
So we need to find where they are connected. What does the other half of the sentence mean then? under the waning glow.
Could it be that the optical filter, I suppose that's me, must be placed at their intersection at dusk?
I believe so.
Well done, my obedient lambs. You've cracked the puzzle quite nicely. Now what follows is just some tedious work from my side.
Released from the priest's sensor, wisps of fog stretches and encroach, inch by inch, within the small
This
chamber.
apple feels light and dizzy. Are we in heaven now?
It's that sleeping gas again. Hold your breath.
Hold my...
How do the apple hold its breath? How does an apple breathe? Time seems to have stopped moving. The air is filled with heavy doses of scopolamine and atropine. They are the alter colors with lines in this regard.
As above,
By the way, I know
so
it's
below.
kind of funny for me talking about how apples
As
breathe.
below.
I'm an apple.
So above.
Don't say anything.
Stolto, do you think I'd give you the chance to buy time for your friends?
I also know how do we breathe. The priest's figure tilts and bends in their vision. Only his lips seem to remain in place.
We will bring order to this chaotic world. By straying from order, you invite your own doom. You're bound to fail.
Oh god, this is a bad trip.
Huh?
Oh. Ezio! Save us! The sharp, clear cry of an ego snaps the timekeeper back to awareness. The priest paces over the stained glass window. At first he looks anxious, but then he appears to relax.
My memory is as poor as ever. It's nearly dusk, and our assassin is most assuredly dead.
What? Is that dead for you? Dust covers stained glass and blood spray intertwine into a breathtaking arc. The priest kneels in the sunset light, staring at his own death reflected in the killer's eyes.
Ezio. How?
Nani? A faint metallic scent lingers in the air, blood and dust staining the he arrives just in time.
You claim to bring order, but all you do is seek control. Fortunately, neither the world nor its people will bow so easily.
Very nice shot. But yeah, I think the best team that I can come up with for this event
He'll keep an eye
is
on
this.
everyone.
Stars and Lapera. This Lapera gives more critical. Oh, that's so pretty! Again, I keep saying, bosses in reverse are gorgeous looking. Look at this.
Ezio.
It's heavenly and it's beautiful. Let's see what you guys are saying. I haven't had any time this past week. Kinda need some time to rest right now. Just finished the story. Will not spoil anything, but I thought they did Ezio and Leonardo justice. For now, I'm pretty happy with what they're doing. Tomorrow, tomorrow I can play some finally at least. Yeah, tomorrow is gonna be fun. We're gonna do Limbus. Tomorrow on Limbus, we're also gonna be looking at Homeglue News ID. We're gonna watch the video, and we're gonna continue on Kanto 7. So it's gonna be interesting. A shame that the OG voice actor could not return, but this new VA did a very good job. Because I never played the original Assassin's Creed, I cannot tell the difference. I enjoy being here and hanging around with friends, but it gets tiring after a while. By here, I mean the new place. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, that's the problem with housemates. It's fun, but there is a little to none alone time. I will say, because I never had housemates, I think it might be a little too much. After a while, I am someone that I enjoy my alone time just as much as I enjoy other people's company. So I don't know, because the thing is, housemates usually different than friends. Most times, you don't choose them. You know, you just end up with whatever you can get. So it's not always gonna be people they can vibe with so well. Still need to get most of the furniture in, but we have most of the basics. Nice. We've been thinking about a bunk bed because we don't have that much space. That's a good idea to, you know, save up on some space. Just gotta find a reasonably priced one. I too wonder exactly how you breathe. Technically, we don't know. There's no one actually researching on the breathing system, but probably, I imagine, it's probably similar to amphibians, is through the skin. If you take an advice from me, don't get bunks. They are really bad for long term. Just use one for 5 years. Wait, how do I breathe? I can use a smoking pipe. That requires breathing. I'm so confused now. Help. Right. Holy, Kanto 7. Yeah, don't watch the video. Kanto 8 spoilers. Don't you have the... oh yeah, I have the... I still have the warp train to do. But still, I can do the warp train and then start Kanto 7. That's not something impossible. But yeah, I still need to finish the warp train. Don't watch the video, there's spoilers. I don't know. I might watch the video just even with the spoilers. I don't imagine it's gonna be that complicated of spoilers anyway.
Into the dark.
Just another shift. Or maybe take a deep breath.
Liberato dalla paura. Non voltarti indietro.
These sheets are my wings!
Addio, straniero.
Don't take it on steps.
You never even stood a chance, old man.
Ah, we have gone so far astray from the light.
Such a beautiful boss fight.
Don't let your guard down.
I like how
The
it
Light King
changes
still has something up his
outfit
sleeve.
now that the light changed.
They are led to destruction by their delusions, brought to catastrophe
Like,
by
a
their
lot of people,
ignorance.
like, that's what I say. When it comes to aesthetics and just looks and visuals, Reverse can one-up most of other games. Like, this is gorgeous. Look at this. Look at this. You really don't find these types of visuals in other games that easily.
Ready? Aim? What I'm good at.
Wait for the into the darkness.
Fresh from the crucible. Laundry time.
Liberato dal fratello. Non voltarti indietro.
That's nothing.
But yeah,
How
you
could
see
this
here,
be?
the bar for him to use his ultimate is terrible. Like this, I need other assassins. Like this is not something that allows him to use his ultimate. Like probably the ultimate build for Ezio might be the worst one right now, if this is what we have to expect. You know?
Was this a test, Lord? Forgive me, Father.
It probably is gonna need
Lead me
Cassandra.
to salvation. Che la morte ti dia la pace che cercavi. Requiescat in pace.
Requiesca in pace. The few defeat the many in the battle. The priest lies on the ground, his pale, aging face distorted by a rippling pool of blood.
Ezio. Sei un cane bastardo e fastidioso.
Damn, it's kinda a
Un
bastard dog.
assassino non
Shut the
perde
fuck
mai
up.
di vista il suo
You are
bersaglio.
dead.
How did you survive?
by breathing, eating. By the way, tonight I have pizza. Me happy.
You're outnumbered, assassin. There's no way you can survive this. It's better that you kneel and accept your fate. No one can withstand the order.
The doors and windows on the street have all been tightly shut. The bustle on the street has disappeared, even with the wind fall silent, anticipating the worst.
Outnumbered? Where did you get that idea?
One thing that I just stopped because I'm thinking. But I really feel like this team lives or dies by the hands of whatever Cassandra, like how good Cassandra ends up being. Because clearly Ezio was not created, even though he can fit into the like in many teams, because he needs the other assassins. He really was made to work with Cassandra. That's it. You can use him as a patch on other teams, but he's not the best option by all means. He's just a very nice patch if you don't have people. He probably only shines if you have Cassandra. I hope that's I think a better thing. Like I'm not kidding. The Honglu ID videos does have some, in my opinion, major spoilers. Oh, well, I knew Ezio was strong, but that damage was off the charts. Yes, his repulse damage is pretty good. And you can only imagine how much other people's Ezios there are already P5 are doing, because a P5 Ezio can do more than 100 plus damage than whatever I'm doing right now. Just watch the video. In Holy Kanto 8 spoilers, it's basically the story. Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna avoid the Honglu ID video because of spoilers. I gotta get to Kanto 8 already. I hope he won't be too OP for Reveries. Probably not. Again, Reveries. Again, it depends, to be honest, because P5 characters tend to be OP for Reveries. So if you have your P5 Ezio and you have P5 Cassandra whenever she comes up, then that probably is good and very OP for Reveries. Especially because it's easier for you to get their portraits. Like I know seasonal ID and stuff like that, but damn, that's just way too much, right? Holy shit, PM, some people haven't got that far. Ezio is good, but the ult incoming, right? Yeah, he needs Cassandra. The ult's not happening. Like I don't know why they made it so the resource is so slow for you to catch up. Because like, dude, that was an entire boss fight. That was 2 turns of actions, and I didn't even get halfway. So like Ezio by right now is the longest ultimate character that you might be able to build up in the game. So it takes too long. Shadow emerges from behind him, flanking him in on either side. That's not good.
Where did they...
Probably poison and extra damage. Pretty better now. Leaping down from rooftops, sneaking from alleyways, the phantom... Blah blah blah. The wordless determination in their eyes speak for them. We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins. And this is my creed.
All those lowlifes you so readily dismissed. When I needed them, they came to our aid.
Impossible.
One knee on the ground, the assassin stares at the priest's trembling eyes, writhing in pain.
By every soldier and summon every knight and every Templar in this city, it will never be enough.
The assassin's hidden blade is driven through the priest's heart.
No. It can't end like this.
Oh, we can. We are ending like this. Not ending, but you are. But it seems like the priest should breathe his last. He begins to laugh.
Assassins. You're merely puppets. String. Driven by
And what are you guys with the religion?
Each life you take brings you one step closer to the darkness.
Così sia.
Entering the darkness is not a curse for us. It is our most solemn duty. An assassin does not fear the darkness any more than an eagle would fear the sky.
La fede dovrebbe dare conforto, non pena.
He closes the falling priest's eye with undue
Requiescat in
reverie.
pace.
Requiescat in pace. To be continued. Tintin, title drop would do it again. Yes, Ezio being smart and bringing back up was one of the things I really liked. I'm also glad that they allowed Ezio to kill his targets, unlike the reverse characters who usually just knock out their opponents. Right? A lot of people have been dying. Everyone has the expert level delusion skill, no exceptions. Right? I feel like one thing I really enjoy this whole system that they implied here with the machine that lets you go inside those like made up worlds, because this is a way for them to position every single collaboration from now on. Don't move, Mr. Leonardo. There's a nightmare lying on your shoulder. It's dangerous. Nonsense. I didn't hire any model called Nightmare. I must be mistaken then. That could be an underdeveloped Sakurat. Look, it's greeting me. La Volpe, you two can barely stand. I suggest we wait for the illusion to wear off before we go. Greeting, Mr. Fox. Allow me to introduce you to the Sakurat. Unlike the ones in stories, it's actually very friendly. Look, it won't get mad even if you pull its tail like this. I can't breathe. Are you sure it's not mad? Let's take some more rest. Miss Sotheby, do you mind letting go of Leonardo's mantle? Primavera, the brilliance and hope of the Renaissance. Yeah, I really appreciate that as well. Faithfulness to the source material.
Oh, thank
Again, I feel like
heavens.
reverse,
No more
besides the little
befuddling
buggies
riddles
here and
clouds of
there,
sleeping gas.
which I will
I've
allow,
never loved this world as much as I do now.
is their first collaboration, so you need to be patient. But I feel the quality of this collaboration, despite the little bug, was pretty good. Like I feel like this is how you should do collaborations with games. You should be faithful to their stories. You should pay homage to it. You should have fun, and it should be something that really impacts the game. And I feel like they've done everything well.
You were quite clever to cooperate with Alberto to stall for time. But how did you know that Ezio was coming to save us?
I didn't know. But I knew that irritating Alberto would risk the safety of Sotheby and Leonardo. Moreover, I think I may have actually figured out what the relics truly are.
A small brownish shadow flashes past the window.
Hmm? That sound is familiar, isn't it?
I'll take a look.
Another clumsy little bird carrying its creator's encrypted message.
Sicuro. He means he's safe.
Nice.
Looks like my friends from the Thieves Guild have already rescued Leonardo and Signorina Sotheby.
Whenever he talks about the Thieves Guild, I think about
You
Elder
seem to have a
Scrolls.
lot of friends.
That's
I
one
always
of the
thought
MMORPGs
assassins
that I
worked
played
alone.
before, by the way. Elder Scrolls Online. And the other Elder Scrolls games. But I'm mentioning just
Quite
because I
the
mentioned
opposite.
about MMORPGs.
True assassins are more than just killers. We are the manifestation of a belief. A belief in freedom and the ability to fight for it. We do not hold to any authority but our own. We are free to follow our own path. and many share that belief. That's why we are never alone.
Just like the artist that painted these. I imagine they must see each other as fellow believers in art.
For a moment, everyone takes a moment to appreciate the motto frescoes surrounding them.
So, the outline of their story should be clear now.
One by one, the pages that have been scattered to an unknown corner of history fall neatly together. They should have been carried away by the winds of time like falling leaves. But if these pages were even ever meant to be rediscovered someday, then yes, now is that moment.
About 20 years ago, a group of painters led by Uccello started working on the fresco here. Even today, you can still sense the enthusiasm in their work.
The essence of linear perspective lies not only in reproducing reality, but in the narrative quality of space itself.
You have only scratched the surface. If you truly want to grasp the essence of the concept, I suggest you review Plato's theory of forms. Rather than simply copying nature, as artists, we should strive to reveal their true ideals through our work.
I'm so jealous of them. They are so talented and knowledgeable. Unlike me, I feel dizzy just seeing those guidelines.
Bah! Let me show you some tricks. Better than your linear perspective.
I like that they made Uccello
Here,
being the little blue
Uccello
bird.
lifted a stained glass to showcase his wondrous optical phenomenon.
Not again, Uccello! You can't keep altering our work with that strange pigment of yours! Oh, what a mess. And it goes against our patron's instructions. What if they find out about it?
Look closely.
The modified colors and lines do give the work a little more life. Fine, I admit it. You know what you're doing.
He's right. I say we keep it. It's not like our patrons are ever smart enough to figure these things out anyway.
Right?
It never occurred to me painting could be so liberating. Thank you for enlightening me.
Huh? Of course. To paint is to find freedom. That is what it always has been.
It was a time of joy and of meaningful creation. But it didn't last long.
I'm sorry. We must suspend funding for now. There is simply no money to pay you.
All at once, the painters and artisans were kicked out of the cathedral. Stripped of their right to finish their final painting, leaving no room for negotiation.
No payments and no written records were left behind.
But life had to go on. These painters and artisans scattered each one, doing what they could to earn their bread. But always returning to the unfinished fresco that tugged at their heartstrings.
That night, I returned to the dome, but I never expected to find Uccello there as well. Then others came, one by one. Turns out, I wasn't the only one reluctant to leave our work behind.
Again, Uccello lifted the stained glass and... Their story has come to a pause here. Now let's finish it.
He lifts Apple gently into the light. It reflects off his golden radiance as the assassin walks towards the unfinished fresco. Tell me what you need. I can see the lines plain as day. Ezio, Could you mark the orthogonals for us? Keep extending them back until they converge once more at the vanishing point, where everything disappears. So now we have 4 vanishing points. The next step is to connect the vanishing points in pairs to form 2 lines. The point where the 2 lines intersect on the blank wall is under the waning glow. And that's the very answer we've been looking for. The sole point to convergence. What's our next move? Miss Burton did say something about placing this apple at a vanishing point, didn't she? That is correct. The vanishing points, hidden beneath layers of lime, plaster, and pigments, finally merge in the waning sunlight. The only thing left to do is lift Apple up and wait for the perfect ray of light. I can imagine Ezio lifting Apple for hours until sunset. The light, here it comes. Outside, the bell rings out, startling a flock of rock doves. As twilight streams down over the fresco, the once drab surface begins to change color.
Let's leave something behind for our own sake. Birds with grayish feathers, bells that ring at dusk, or the Arno River running free. Let's do it.
It's so pretty.
With all that we have left. Our brushes and pigments.
Are these limes?
So that is what all of this is.
Flowers. Just a group of artists who cast aside all constraints. No linear perspective, no intricate designs, yet a masterpiece nonetheless. He left behind a magnificent spring for Florence. That was pretty. Let's see. I'm also glad that they allowed Ezio to give us targets. Yep, everyone has the expert illusion exceptions. This event's so good just because they stayed as faithful as they can so far to the game. While I like that Sotheby was in this event, I didn't really understand her purpose. Other than giving Verting a potion to wake up faster from the sleeping gas, she was just there. Yep. I think that they just wanted characters to be recognizable in a way to kind of interlock the events. I can agree that Sotheby could have been easily blurted out from this event, but I don't mind it. After the stream, I will resume my deep dive into the lore of Elder Scrolls. I'm researching necromancy and other magics, as well as the Daedric Lords. I know about the Daedric Lords a lot of things. My favorite Daedric Lord is Sheogorath and what's the name? The flying eye that's full of secrets. Hermeos Mora. That's the name. Holy animation quality incoming, right? I gonna lurk, have fun, have fun. Thank you so much, Moses, for the lurk. Have a good one. Guys, we have ads in 50 seconds, just so people know, from YouTube. From Twitch, sorry. The Book Merchant's Notebook. Southeast corner of the room. Piles of sand, quicklime mixture, a bit of carbon dust, several nails and punched paintings. Just some leftover materials they didn't use, worthless to me. East the room. 2 carving knives, several brushes, and a piece of glass. Nothing worth taking. The glass looks like some kind of lens. Dried paint. They didn't seal the paint can with beeswax. What a waste. A dozen letters and several intact paintings. Finally, something worth taking. I can make a new manuscript and name it The Mystery of the Frescoes or Wonders of Florence. No, I need a more eye-catching title. North of the room, scaffoldings collapsed. Messy carvings, a group of dancing human symbols. Their meaning is unclear. Is this a signature? I bet the scaffoldings were broken by the ones who were fighting. The unsent letter. Dear Uccello, it's been too long since we parted. I heard you went back to Prato Vecchio. Is it still as beautiful as you said it was? I still remember what it looks like in your painting. A sea of olive and fig trees. Those days we spent together, those days we spent together were just like a dream. I've always wanted to pick up the brush once again, but my life is already occupied by meaningless housework. They said I didn't have much time left, but I came back without letting anyone know. When I left a new signature at the corner, I found that our friends had done the same thing. Lippi, Giovanni, what about? I'm never sure, since you've always been so unpredictable. But how are you doing? Hopefully you're still drawing. In fact, I know you are. Bianca. Very nice. A moment of peace. I could never think of leaving. Let the song drift away to Tuscany.
What happened after that? The treasure hunters must have opened the secret chamber and found the Compliner's relics, right?
Compliner's, how you say?
Well, there was no treasure inside. Just a few letters and a painter's address.
Maybe that was his treasure.
That's it? What about all those symbols? Don't tell me you made it all up.
Easy, allow me to continue. Long after the poor painters and artisans scattered to the wind, each of them received a special pigment from Uccello. They used it on other projects they worked on, leaving their signatures, these symbols behind to mark their work. And so concludes our Firenze fresco mystery. To celebrate this touching story, I've hired a team of talented artists to reproduce their paintings in a new book. And I gave it a wonderful title. La Primavera di Firenze.
The crowd is chorus of dissatisfaction.
È un titolo terribile.
I've got something even better here. A map straight from the Spanish court with a direct route to India. Think of the opportunities that await you.
Hidden relics, sing artists. No matter the season, you hear all kinds of legends in Florence, just minutes after you arrive. Perhaps everyone who has ever lived here is destined to become a legend themselves. The midst of the bustle, the Tuscan sun has quietly begun to sink below the horizon.
I have a serious question. What is there in India that is worth all this fuss? If Marco Polo is to be believed, not even there can one escape the troublesome rumors of merchants and courtiers.
Unfortunately, humanity's thirst for gossip knows neither geographical nor temporal boundaries. But this apple still finds it so strange that all the rumors about these compliners turned out to be false, from top to bottom. It seems like, no matter the era, lies always travel faster than the truth.
Well, I wouldn't say that. In fact, the rumors didn't really hold much weight until you arrived.
Huh?
The assassin gazes out the distant crimson clouds.
The Compliner's relics weren't the most important thing we were searching for. In fact, we were looking for an apple. One very much like you. So when you turned up, looking like the very apple we had lost, it was only natural for us, and the Templars, to keep an eye on you. Of course, it turns out you weren't the apple we were looking for.
And you're only telling me this now? I thought we were friends.
It's only because I consider you friends that I had to keep this from you. That apple brings bloodshed and war wherever it appears.
Poor apple.
Well, then it does sound like quite the troublesome thing.
The assassin smiles.
You caused quite a stir in Firenze yourself. No need to be modest.
Esatto. You are an amazing apple in your own right. My only regret is that I never got the chance to dissect you and study your inner workings.
I hope you don't mind, but I think you may have to keep that regret forever. Ah! Miss Sotheby, why did you sneak up on me like that?
I did not. I just wanted to tell you that Verton and I met an old gentleman down there who was kind enough to give us directions. Well, he said if we keep heading northwest along the Arno River, and then, anyway, we'd end up in Prato Vecchio eventually.
I do believe you may have skipped some, if not all, of the necessary information.
Ezio knows the way. All we need to do now is deliver the letter to Signore Uccello. I suppose we must say goodbye to our dear Firenze for now.
Oh, that red is so vibrant, like an endless field of poppies.
Ah, this is a very nice sunset. It carries the brilliance of the hope of the Renaissance. The red flows across the sky in a rosy stream, passing through the window, flower boxes hanging over Florentine streets, until it pours into the...
This place has the best view.
I will say,
Positively gorgeous.
Reverse's auto is the
I
worst.
see why you insisted we all come up here together.
A place of beauty like this is a fitting place for farewells.
Before saying goodbye, soft whispers between friends fade into the coming night's breeze, melting with the golden glow of the setting sun.
I had a discussion with some of my fellow painters. We discovered that Prato Vecchio is rich in a special mineral. One need only grind and heat it properly. Then presto! You have yourself some invisible pigment.
So that's the source of the pigment used in the fresco.
Uccello was born in Prato Vecchio. It's safe to assume he brought some from his hometown to Florence.
Just a hint of this powder, and you are able to create a vast array of remarkable colors. Among them, the most famous is a color some call Firenze Red.
Firenze Red.
A red that isn't too glaring or gaudy. You see it on the rooftops of the houses, the reflections of the rivers at dusk, and even in the signs of the street-side shops. No wonder many praise Florence in its magnificent red.
It's a good name.
The bumpy journey has finally come to an end.
Finally. That darling little house up ahead must be Mr. Uccello's home.
A small farmhouse stands beneath a thick shade of olive trees. Ahead, the stone walls glowing. The young lady takes a few excited strides ahead, then pauses.
I just realized something. When he learns from us that his friend Bianca has been dead for years, he might be very sad.
Or he might already know.
Signore Uccello, if he's even still alive, will be an old man by now. A man of his age grows familiar with death and farewells.
The assassin gently pats Sotheby.
Let's go.
Steps forward, pushing open the vine-covered gate.
Oh, who are you? Where did you pop up from?
The small courtyard is vibrant with life, and a woman with paint stains covering her dress stands alone in the sunlight.
Apologies for the intrusion, Signora.
Oh, she's pretty.
My name is Ezio Auditore from Firenze. We're here looking for Paolo Uccello. We have a letter here addressed to him from one of his friends.
Friends? I'm not sure my father would agree he had any friends.
Is that so? Well, the letter is signed Bianca.
Bianca? You should have said so earlier. Please, put the letter down. It's meant for me.
The letter mentions a particular piece of stained glass and details of the fresco in the Florence Cathedral. We assumed it must have been meant for Mr. Uccello.
The woman looks wistfully in the direction they came, then laughs as if recalling a joyful memory.
It appears I've deceived you as well. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Antonia Uccello. And perhaps the Uccello you friendly strangers are looking for.
Antonia's home.
I see. So Bianca has passed away too.
Her paint-covered hands grip the yellowed papers tightly.
That fresco was the last work we did together. Father passed away soon after, leaving behind my sick mother and a pile of debts.
As an
I
archer
used to
should.
follow Father wherever he went, whatever job he took. Sculpture, masonry, painting, frescoes, everything. I learned all I could from him, and after he died, hoped to accept commissions independently. But as a woman, it was almost impossible.
Damn.
But once I left Firenze and began using Father's name to make a living, some of his old patrons were kind enough to keep sending work my way, provided I concealed my true identity.
Oh, so you're the imposter!
Antonia gives the impertinent artist a glare.
I admit I tried to imitate Father's style in my earlier works, but I'm much more than just an imposter now.
No. A painter's mind should be a mirror, capturing and reflecting the truth and beauty of nature. To simply copy the works of another? No, Signora. It seems you still have much to learn.
Huh.
Damn.
Is that what you think? Well, I've heard it all before. Minds as a mirror. Ridiculous. Let me tell you, a painter's mind should be like a sheet of transparent glass. It refracts and transforms the external world, then reconstructs its image inside the painter's brain, rather than simply copying the natural world around us.
We should have more creativity, that's what she's saying.
That is an intriguing theory. Odd, perhaps, but not without merit.
You just wait here. I'll show you with one of my recent works.
Oh, it's a standoff. She springs up and begins rummaging through a nearby
She seems
stack
so
of
full of life.
Yeah, she's want to compete with
He
Leonardo da
reminds me of
Vinci.
my sister. Women like her have seen much pain, but they never let it defeat them.
If only her understanding of painting were a bit more profound, I believe we might become good friends.
I mean, she can still be your good friend without her deep understanding. Sun rays pour through the patterned window, and the light spots dance merrily on the wooden floor. The pot on the stove gurgles as the fresh scent of herbs fills the room. War, plague, poverty. The loss of loved ones, painful memories of the older generation now lingers in the cracks of the walls. Antonia has lived in this quiet refuge for a long time.
Perdonatemi, may I ask, what was your name again?
Leonardo. Antonia has returned holding a yellow sketch in her hands. Looks closely at Ezio, studying his face.
You said you are an auditore, see?
See.
Yes. You know about my family?
I thought so. You look so familiar. I'm sure you know your mother, Maria Auditore, funded my father for a time. Father conducted a lot of his research on perspective in lighting. He passed that knowledge on to me.
I see. And you applied that knowledge to your frescoes, huh?
The artist winks playfully.
What goes around comes around, right?
Architects, sponsors, painters, artisans, assassins, outsiders. Our identities may differ, but our actions are all deeply interconnected. This apple has never felt so moved by the warmth and power of community.
Of course.
I heard a lot about your family from father. He was always very grateful to you.
The many has greater powers than the
Mi
singulars.
dispiace. If Mother hadn't cut your funding, perhaps you wouldn't have had to...
Antonia shakes her head calmly.
Your family helped us more than we could have ever asked for. Your mother once commissioned my father to paint a family portrait. Do you remember?
Family portrait? No, I had no idea.
It was many years ago, and the painting was never finished because of what happened to your family.
She moves slowly then purposefully towards Ezio and hands him a sketch.
This is the only draft left, but I believe it should be returned to you. Consider it a token of thanks for delivering this letter all the way from Firenze.
Grazie.
Ezio takes the sketch, gently unfolding it in his hands.
This is...
Oh, it's him! Right there. The one that's more detailed than the rest. On the yellow sketch paper, a roughly drawn portrait captures all the members of the Auditore family.
Madre, Federico, Claudia, Petruccio.
This draft captures the younger version of you perfectly. I can vouch for that.
Young Ezio in the painting stands off on the side of with a casual stance. Without a care in the world, the 17-year-old boy with an errand heart eager to explore and venture without restraints. The rest of the family didn't seem to mind him. They stood against the clear Tuscan sky, their face glowing with dignified
What a
pose.
lovely family portrait. Even the weather looks lovely. The painter did a great job capturing a wonderful moment.
Almost imperceptibly, Ezio's hands tremble, overwhelmed by a flood of long-held back
of my life.
emotions. Sorry. From somewhere, or perhaps nowhere, he hears familiar laughter in the distance, as light as the breeze sweeping across the red rooftops, traveling over the river of time and finally slipping out from the yellowed sketch.
It is a good life we lead, brother.
It is.
The best. May it never change.
That's a red flag. Plot
May
twist.
it never change us.
Change everything. The brothers talked about something else afterward. Was it about Grappa or the bank? Or was it about the gentle and warm memory scatters of the wind, eventually melting the afternoon sunlight? The young auditores who remembers how they used to laugh and cry like innocent children. The entire world. A moment of peace for the auditore. The end. Pretty neat indeed. Wait, the end and still more? This is not the end game. Oh, maybe it's the breakaway from Ezio's story and then... more story? I know, I'm not being coherent here. Guys, let's see what the messages. Let me read some. Okay, fun. My favorites are Shegarth, Hermeos Mora, and Hircine. Nice. Hircine may well be the fairest of the Jeric lords, the spirit of the hunt. Yes, he is the lord of werebeasts. But he always leave a way for the prey to become the hunters and vice versa. I love Hircine making people hunt the unicorns. They are fast as fuck. These are just bonus stages, I guess. Oh, awesome. So then that's the end of the actual lore. We're gonna be doing the bonus stages and all the grinding on a Monday, because I just received a message that my buddy wants to exercise before it gets too cold, because there is a cold wave coming. So it's gonna be pretty chilly by a few hours from now. So yeah, guys, I will be calling it here. And tomorrow, don't forget, we have a long Limbus one. We're gonna finish the Warp Train and we're gonna start Canto 7. I don't know if we're gonna finish Canto 7 tomorrow, most likely not, but we're for sure we're gonna start it. So without further ado, thank you so much for everyone for coming. I'm sorry for the little hiccups with the chat. Hopefully tomorrow is gonna be fixed. I can also try to... I'm thinking about changing my layout. I haven't changed it in a while. So maybe trying to do something more modern and more, you know, up to my appearance might be fun. But I'm still thinking. Without further ado, thanks so much, everyone. My name is Archer, playing Stone Reverse, the Assassin's Creed collaboration. And I see you all in the next one. Archer is out. Bye-bye, guys.